Just don't be there and don't contribute. How hard is that? How hard could it possibly be to just shut your mouth?
You could have just kept your mouth shut. Oh my God, I do sound like Andrew.
Oh God, dude, I tried to back you with these people, and they've put me in a corner. So what am I going to do?
Don't
just
need.
get shamed
Why
out of
do
the
you?
panel?
Why?
I'm not that invested.
How
man.
many
I don't
times
wanna
do I have to
fight
tell
these
people that nobody needs to take up my fights for me?
Flo likes
that's
to.
the thing.
Flo, hold on. And I'll even say this, AJ. Flo loves to fight his own fights. You guys. So all you have to do is just report back. You can even just stay quiet on panel. Don't feel. I mean, you're welcome to take up my battles for me because I'm a girl and I love that. But Flo's a man. He doesn't want another man fighting his fight on his.
Makes me think that he kicked Landry and AJ out as well.
No.
AJ was hilarious.
I left Trippy. AJ was hilarious.
It's crazy, bro. So to give you guys some context before you start hitting me with the questions, right? The whole reason I'm saying they're good people in my book is, like I've told you, Machine Lies, when you lie, you get caught up, right? I used to have a channel.
You've been talking about me for a minute.
On COVID and shit. Like, I lost it to 3 strikes. I used to have an open panel. So I've been a big fan of yours because it was always focused on the truth, people debating about what, our reality is, God, all these things. And so I lost my channel, and I had quite a few subscribers, way more than a lot of these hosts. So I jumped on these panels trying to, like you said, you orated it perfectly. I try to spread my message when I'm allowed to. And most of the time, because of these grifts that these channels are doing, or like the religious agenda they have, I don't get far, But as far as Flo, Sarah, Machine Lies, if I name other names, I'm probably going to piss people off because people are so jaded with so many content creators. Anyone who's allowed me to jump on and just talk my shit and like get a nice reaction going, I've always respected those people. And that specific night, it was like I've tried to talk about this with Flo. On Sarah's, there's always something going on. So like they have their thing going on. I don't want to just jump in and be like, can I explain what happened that night from my perspective? That's stupid. So I'm glad you were talking about it today when I logged on and happened to like rewind a few minutes and see, my face on there. I was like, oh my God. And then you guys were talking about me. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. I can go on. This is why I believe in God, man. God makes everything happen for a reason. I was just in the private chat that night on the panel doing the same shit I always do, have a few drinks. It's my night off. I'm not practicing. So it's like I'm kicking it, done my family time. And this, like any other drama, Flo's always covering. We know Flo State. We all know him. It was just another night of drama from my novice perspective. So I'm like, oh, they're beefing with Andrew. Like, I always knew Flo never liked the Crucible guys. They don't, there's these liberal conservative beliefs. They always clash, right? But I'm very non-biased from my culture and perspective. I think everyone's like, it's cool. I'm never going to fit in with you guys. So why should I judge any of you? I'm in my own lane, And I see them going, oh, go over there. My drunk ass is like, all right, cool. Pop the link in. Dude, I don't even know this guy. I've never seen him before. I'm on their line. Like, dude, I'm a big fan. I watch you all the time, sir. I'm doing that stupid little, shtick, right? Being a little comedian. And after I got that over with, after I left, people in the chat were going, oh, he let him off easy. And I regret going back because at that point, what I had kind of done was just say, maybe you're a little too sensitive, sir. This is just kind of how these people are. But if you're too good for it, all the more power to you. If you're too good for these people, good job, sir. And thank you for letting me on by. That would have been great. But I saw that peer pressure is a bitch. And I fucking jumped on there again because somebody said, oh, he let him off easy. And then I did the whole like fake, you see that guy? He's trying to stop the cook, sir. And then I just did a 180 and went, fuck you, you fat piece of shit, and logged off. It was total Comedy Store fucking roasting.
God damn, AJ, you talk forever. Correct. He cannot do that if you're making a transformative piece, if you're reviewing it, whatever. That is accurate.
Got caught up in some bull.
Well, I heard that too. I think what he was talking about was like people like just another Canadian and stuff. They just basically just re-upload the content.
And I actually feel guilty. Like, I know Sarah's handling like a champ, but they had a big alliance, and now it's falling apart. And I honestly think good riddance. If people want to control you like that, fuck off. Like, that's just weird. You have your own thing, keep your own thing. But it does suck. Like, I saw all that drama go down. It really fucked with me. And it's like, it's kind of made me not want to jump on these panels anymore because I don't want to be caught up in this stuff. And then like something I say that's funny ends up being like a huge, oh, this guy was a part of it. I didn't fucking know what was happening. I didn't know her and Rob were beefing behind the scenes. I didn't know this Andrew guy was going to like fucking just come in and bogart Sarah because there was prior shit going on.
AJ, you fucking sweetheart. If you listen to this, you didn't do anything wrong. You have nothing to worry about or feel guilty about or be avoidant of.
Dude, I was just fucking hitting the link trying to be a cockhead,
Yep, that's all you did.
They were hypersensitive. There's no worries.
Yes, no worries. Yeah, but the thing is that you said you volunteered to go up there?
Yeah, because people in the private chat were like, go over there and troll them. And we've done that on many other channels. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've done like TML, we've done that to so many other people. We've done it to Nightish, and it's all like fun and banter, and everyone talks again. It's not a big deal. So I didn't know that there was like actual beef going on. Had I known, I would have not done that. But I think the people that did know, it was to their advantage to not warn me, or maybe they didn't have the conscience to catch it beforehand. Like, oh, this could create a lot of problems. Send an AJ over there. Let's not do that, you know? But I don't think anybody really thought about it. It's one of those things where you mix fucking petrol with flame and it ignites, you know? And that's kind of what happened, dude. Now everyone's got their opinions. And I just look at Flo, Sarah, you, TML, all these people that have been on your panels that I'm not naming or can't remember. Like, I just look at you guys as content creators that are creating a platform to spread information. Some of it's bullshit, like you said, it's shitty content, but then other people are, you know, allowing others to spread knowledge or doing it themselves on their platform. So that's kind of been my perspective. I don't judge any of these people, dude. I'm not perfect. Like, I'm not going to sit here. Nobody's innocent. We all know about the dark side of all these people. We don't have to get into details. If you do enough research, they've got some shady past, right? Like, it's there's people, like, especially the bigger channels. It's like, God damn.
And everyone's like, AJ, stop spurging.
You know what I mean? But that's the YouTube world. Why should I judge these people? Like, you know what you're signing up for. When I hit these panels and when I choose to do stuff, I got to have accountability on my part. So that's basically what it is, man. Like, I didn't know. Had I known there was this effort that was already occurring and I was going to make it worse, I would have just avoided it, because at the end of the day, as a friend, you don't want to be that guy at the bar that gets everybody into a fight. And now they got an assault charge. And I kind of feel like that in that regard. Like, you know, and I'm not saying that what I did in those 30, 40 seconds was that special. Fuck no, it was already going to go in that direction. But just knowing that it went in that direction, I wish I wasn't a part of it. You know, like, that's just, you guys, anybody who knows me, that's not what I do, dude. I've often been on these panels saying, man, let's talk about this or that. Why are we talking about drama? But people just love drama, dude. Reality TV, it's like the new reality TV. So I definitely got to move a lot more carefully. Like, I've only been peeping in and listening, and I don't know, dude. It sucks. That's my humble opinion. I just think it sucks. It's shitty. Like, you do all this building, you get to meet people, and then all this drama puts people apart. And that's why that night I told you, Machine Lies, you're like the ocean, bro. You're just there. Your waves coming in and out. Like, you know, you've been watching this all go down, and I've never seen the Machine Lies hop on any panel and like try to, you know, be a part of like some group or like have this herd mentality with the drama. So that's why I respect TMO, because he just keeps in his own lane and does his own thing. You can think he's crazy or he's fucking enlightened. Fuck you. Like, he's gonna keep going. Nobody's stopping him, you know. So that's kind of my perspective about all this, man. It's unfortunate, really.
Yeah, I'm in I'm near like Dearborn, Detroit area. So back near Tarek, right, Detroit area.
I gotta hop off soon, bro. My face, I'm here.
Right, he's not really against the Crucible. Just another thing, I just wanted to correct you a little bit, because Flow State, right, he's not really against the Crucible to a sizable degree. As we mentioned, he's on the other side of the political aisle, right? So they support the system, right? So we talked about the system, and, you know, obviously we have more critical views, right, than they do, right? But yeah, so they basically support the system. He's more of a lefty, right? Flow State. Right, so that's generally where he stands, but he's been trying to use Andrew Wilson to grift, and also Sarah, who was Andrew Wilson's employee, right? So he's not really forthright about.
Am I a lefty? Put a 1 in the chat if I'm a lefty. Sarah was not an employee. Let's make that perfectly clear. She was not an employee. Never was an employee.
How much he's using Andrew to grift or whatever, right? So,
right, yeah, from all the drama. And no, look, I'm not gonna sit here and you know, glaze Big Bro like that. I always call him Big Bro. Him and I debate about God all the time. I just look at that dude as like another guy who's surviving. He's got a family. Like, I look at everyone else like another man or a woman in this world that we didn't have a choice to be born, but we just go with what we got. And we all have mental health issues. We all have financial struggles. You know, some of us are luckier than others. So it's like, I've never looked at the guy as some evil dude, but yeah, used car salesman. He's fucking self-admitted grifty about that shit, you know. And the Sarah being an employee of the whole thing, I don't have enough information on it all. I guess all I can say is Sarah and Flo have never been like, oh, this fucking guy's here, I'm not gonna let him on because I disagree with what he has to say. They would always let me talk my shit, and they still do. Like, if I know for a fact, if I have the time to get onto Sarah's panel because it's always so packed, she's gonna let me on even if she cooks me, or Flo for the same reason. And yeah, you're right. You know, as far as what we talk about, in my humble opinion, it is dimensions above any of this bullshit. You know, trying to do 5-6 hour streams, getting people to like look at drama. Oh, we got evidence of this and that. And it's just like, what are we doing? Like, I could just turn on MTV. That was my childhood, watching The Real World or Jersey Shore, you know, fucking Snooki and Pauly D and all these guys. So it's just, it doesn't interest me. What interests me is when you guys get into these deep fucking, you know, ideas and philosophies about what is actually happening and what's going to happen after we die and why we're even here. That's always what's intrigued me, you know? So I get you, bro. It's fucking shitty. The whole thing's shitty. And I feel like my thing with Flow State is he's been doing this for a long time. And you've been doing all of you guys really that I fucking jump on. You guys have been doing it for a fucking minute and you haven't lost your channels. So it's kind of like this respect I have because I used to do this shit and I know how grueling it is and all the editing and calling your internet service provider. I have unlimited upload, download, gig speeds. Like, you can't fucking, you know, it's just insane. And then you're doing it every day. And Some of you guys have jobs, some of you don't. This pays you. So I just have respect for everybody in that sense. Is there things they could do better? Of course. Yeah, I've always argued about those things. Nobody gives a fuck about what happened. Bro, Machine Lies, I had to tell the whole community for months what my religion is in detail,
Correct.
and nobody gave a fuck. And then I had to like say it again. And now it's like people kind of get it, and I respect that. But this has been my whole life, like especially post 9/11, like people getting me confused with a Hindu or a Muslim. Like, you know anything about Sikhs and Punjab being split into Pakistan and India and how we fought in World War I and II with the Western powers? Like, we don't.
God damn, AJ, where are you going with this? And on that note, Big Papa Fascist. If you haven't read this book, but where's the name on it? It's by Mussolini. It's pretty quick. It's an informative read. Fuck, maybe I should do a stream on it sometime. The values that the Crucible espouses are fucking exactly fascist.
Fucking rock with those cultures at all. We're about it.
And I'm not saying that as a positive or a negative, right? I'm not this a judgment-free assessment that these two things are the same.
As modern as the foundation of the United States, you know. So like our 10 gurus, the last guru passed away, eloped, you know, as they say, when it was like 1770 something, 1774 or something like that. So it's just, I get what you mean, dude. Like if there was more of a focus on knowledge and enlightenment and all this stuff, the world wouldn't be the way it is. But I see YouTube as just another avenue of people,
This is at 1.25
falling
speed,
to the lesser
yes.
part of their free will potential. Like that's the whole game the devil's trying to play, you know, making us slip up and trip up so the creator doesn't think we're actually worthy of free will. And that's what I appreciate that they've let me on their platform. And that's kind of just where I'm at and taking that submissive.
You know, it's like sometimes people admit like what the higher form of communication is. Right. So, I mean,
Yeah.
So it's like once you say that to yourself, you know, it's like, you know, to thine own self be true or whatever. But yeah, man.
No, that's facts. Absolutely. In layman's terms, what my brother Machine Lies just said is if you want to preach what you practice, then what you're practicing isn't that like
the drama slut energy. You know,
right.
It's
right.
kind of
No,
like
I
the lower, you know, because it's like, hey, like this is about, you know, life and death and, you know, the you know, where we're headed and where we're going and the future and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So obviously we got to combat those things, right?
Yeah, man. And
what I see with a lot of these with most panelists that or YouTubers that criticize drama as content is not a presence of maturity. It's a lack of self-awareness and a lot of hubris. It's arrogance. TML isn't above the drama. He's actually below it because he's engaged in it. He's engaging in it constantly, but he's pretending that he's not, and then he's patting himself on the back and snubbing his nose at other people who are, you know, a little bit more self-aware and honest with ourselves. Yeah, he's full of shit. You don't get brownie points for lying to yourself and being an arrogant piece of shit. Sorry, that's not how that works.
no, that's probably why I feel uncomfortable going on. Look, like I know you guys have your opinions about that brother Speakeasy from Canada. Like even him, I've jumped on his panel for the debates and stuff or whatever just to fuck around. I get it, dude. Like there's a lot of fun, and this is probably why my inner soul is telling me like back up off the shit. You know, you're getting too old, and if you really mean well, this isn't the place to be, and it sucks.
And this is what I mean about AJ being somebody who's high in neuroticism, right? Like he stresses out about, is this good for us? You know, like you just don't need. I just don't think you need to stress about whether or not you should go on panels more or less.
It sucks because there are moments of like real potential where you like hear people talk about stuff and then someone has another opinion and it's like really good content.
What?
But then you're right, like the majority of it is drama slut stuff.
They
No,
think
I
me and
see you,
Lindsay
bro. I'm not gonna sit
planned
here and defend
everything?
anybody.
What the fuck?
And as far as the whole
That's
grift thing, like
crazy.
I'm always against that too. You never see me sending $2, $5. I've sent like $100 to Flo, I think twice, and $50 once. One time I sent it to Sarah, and it's always like the chat pressuring, you know, the grift. I've sent something nice. I said everyone that I like, you know, asks, and there's a certain point I get caught up, and I'm drunk enough, money's going, you know. And so it's like I've always been against that because to me it kind of takes the fun out of the whole thing. But I also understand the other perspective of these people saying, hey, you know, this pays my bills. I got to put on my family plate. You know?
Yeah, somebody told me that that the Mike guy or whatever, Mike 23, right? He sent him like $1,500. Right?
Yo,
and
yeah,
the guy,
I saw that.
yeah, and then Lindsay Smith told him that he may be too drunk, right, or whatever. So he might be getting a huge amount because he's drinking too much. And
Right.
then he said, I think he called her a slut and told her don't get in between him and his money or some shit. But it's pretty
Oh
funny.
my god.
And then he also said that that he'll give Lindsay's number out if she doesn't pay him. He said that on a panel.
Flo did?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been. I remember.
That's not what I said. She doxed my number, so I doxed her number. That's what happened.
See, I'm pretty new to the whole community, but I remember they were
No.
beefing hard because of some photos or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, here's another weird thing, right? The other day, right, the Landry guy, right, who's the troll who came on before you or whatever, troll number one, right? You were troll number two, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So he came on and he said that Lindsay offered to do the same thing with him.
Damn.
Like send them pics and then they'll talk about it on the panel, like do the whole LARP act.
That's crazy. Yeah, you know, when I hear about that stuff, that's when it gets really off-putting. You know, like when people are trying to come up with games to play the people that are viewing their shit. It's like now you're doing the exact same thing that you're supposed to be the alternative media for. Yeah.
And that's why I said
and I'm
we're
probably
not all
gonna get shit
good
for having
people.
this talk with you guys. No, yeah, you're right. We're not all good people, but you know, I think that statement,
Like what you said is true, right? Don't
Yeah.
stand in judgment. We all have our problems. We all
Yeah.
Toasty man, I don't know which video you're referring to. You want to send it to me on Discord? So I got it. I can look at that.
100%. 100%. That's not what we're talking about here. These
Yeah,
people
no,
are
I feel you, and
Appreciate
I
you.
think you have the right.
they
to say that.
lean into their darker selves.
Yeah, and I feel like you have the right to say that. The Machine Lies does. A lot of you have the right to say these things because you've been a part of this, if not for years, for a decent amount of time, to where you've seen all these people's characters. You've seen this.
We lean into our darker selves. So what you're saying, maybe we've integrated our shadow and now we can use all aspects of ourselves in a managed way. That sounds awful.
Seasons come and go. You've seen how they behave in circumstances that are more pressure and high stress, right? I totally understand that. I just respectfully, and this is probably from my brown, not privileged life experience, I just don't, you know, it's like, what am I going to do? Make more enemies? Like, I'm trying to get by life with the least enemies, and I think they're all good
Correct.
people, maybe to just not have a target on my back, you know, in the sense that they've never done anything wrong to me that would make me feel like, oh, these people are POSs, don't engage with them. Like,
That's
you know,
correct.
so maybe
And
my
that's the nature of
criteria
the
is a little
game.
different because of my ignorance of the community, in the sense that I've only been around for so long, you know?
Well, try to hold them accountable for something, and then watch how fast that changes.
Right, which I never do. Like I said, I take a very submissive role on these panels. I try to be respectful, and like most of the time, I get caught up in the.
Let's be clear about holding people accountable. Anytime you hear anyone on YouTube talk about holding somebody else on YouTube accountable, you can't do it, right? You're not the accountability police. There's nothing Denizen could do to hold me accountable for jack shit. All people are talking about when they say hold people accountable is bitch. They want to bitch about it. That's it. Hold accountable is such a misrepresentation for what's actually happening. You mean bitch.
The funny jokes and roasting, and that ends up being what it is, you know. So yeah, I think a lot of us are gonna have to really look at this whole thing. Those of us that, for most of us, it's entertainment and fun, but when it stops being that, it's like, okay, now it's like, really, we gotta take a step back and look at like what's going on. Like, do I need to be hitting these links? If I jump on there, like, what's really the benefit to my life? Like Machine Lies was saying, like, what kind of frequency am I aligning myself with? These are all really good points, and I'm glad you guys were talking about this. It's so crazy, dude. I had just gotten home. I was using the restroom, and you know, when you like shave and shower, you're listening to some podcast. Saw the boy was live, so I started listening, and you guys were watching this, and I'm like, oh man, this shit's not going away. I go back a little bit. I see my goofy ass with the cowboy hat on, and I'm like, oh no, dude, I got to talk to these guys, man, because you know, I don't want like. And I'm happy you guys know. I don't care about anybody else, you know, as long as you guys know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that this is the last iteration of this, that we call it the last one. I mean,
yeah,
possible to review this one. I mean, like just
well,
like
I
before
said,
it
it's
all.
important for you. It's important for you. Sorry to interrupt, but like you've been one of the few guys I've seen that's never been involved in this shit, and you just kind of call it out for what it is. And most of the time, the credibility gets higher for people like you in these situations.
Yeah, because we could talk about the flow state optics, because he's had some very strange optics throughout the years. I mean, you know, just his general trajectory, right? Let me see who this person is. Right up. Yeah,
Yo.
green. Yeah, what's going on?
Yo, blessings, T-Bow.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Man. What's going on?
AJ, who
Yeah,
knows
just
what
chilling,
AJ is
man.
talking
I mean,
about?
Yeah, flow state.
they're
I mean,
loosely talking
I
about me.
knew ever since like I was part of Based Oracle's panel at one point, and then when flow state came on, I just knew he was a piece of garbage.
Who
from day
is
one.
that even? I don't even know who this is.
Like I just knew it. You know, I was the one that told Gabriel to go to your channel first. But Flow State, he's just not a good guy. I mean, he was in prison. All right, so already he's a
Shift.
criminal. And, you know, once a criminal, always a criminal. And now he's basically getting enjoyment off of people's misery. And to me, he's a giant piece of shit. Andrew Wilson, Rob Noor, all these guys, they're not for truth. They're here to grift losers on YouTube that are depressed, that have mental disorders, some type of psychosis, right? And he knows that. He knows that. Look at his fucking audience. You got Cynthia, Chuck, Chuck is sending hundreds and hundreds of dollars instead of taking care of his wife and his family. He's sending to
He
fucking
is
Flow
taking
State.
care
You
of
gotta
his
be
wife
fucking
and
kidding
family.
me. It's an absolute fucking travesty. And there's a bunch of other suckers, and it's not just this little panaverse. It's in other genres of YouTube. You got the finance sector. There's too many fucking idiots giving money to these people that are not credible, right?
Shift. I don't even know who the fuck you are, but you feel some sort of way about me. Come on and talk to me, buddy. If anybody knows Shift, tell him he should come talk to me.
And it's just like a formation of cults, pretty much. It's like people want to be led and give money to their follower and think that they're going to go to the promised land. And next thing you know, they forked up like hundreds and thousands of dollars to this person and they got nothing in return, and years go by and their life didn't improve. You know, that
You guys cooking, dude. I'm not gonna lie, you're cooking, brother.
yeah, I mean, this is why you need to get away from these people. Fuck Flow State. Fuck Sarah. Sarah's a piece of fucking dog shit. All right. The reason why I know this much, right? Because I actually study with a real finance expert. But the thing about this guy, you know the movie The Big Short, guys? You know that movie The Big Short? That talked about the crisis?
Yeah, Adam McKay, the 2008
Yeah.
crash. Yeah.
Well, that movie is actually a fabrication. The real guy that actually wrote about the financial crisis wrote it in a book in 2006, and the media had ostracized him big time. They didn't let him get any airtime, and the reason why, you know, is all because he wouldn't bow down to Israel. They asked him, you know, like Bloomberg asked him, like, you know, they wanted to put him on Bloomberg for an interview because the book was really that good. It talked about China trade wars and all this other stuff, right? He predicted basically the crash in 2006. And next thing you know, they asked him, oh, you know, how do you like Israel? And he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm an American. And next thing you know, he got ostracized by the entire industry. And he talks about it constantly, how YouTube is a giant portal for scam artists, cold formations. You know, the whole thing is designed, you know, not for truth, but rather just to sequester people into buying their useless courses, their useless programs, or even subscribing to their useless culture of drama and bickering. And the algorithm reinforces that. And then next,
subscribe to the channel, become a member today. We got membership tiers that are $2, $5, $10, and $20. You can get all the old content for $10 a month. You can get most of it for $5 a month. $2 a month shows some support and gets some content. $20 a month gets everything, plus early, sometimes exclusive access to the StreamYard link to join the panels. Become a member today.
so you know what they do is like all these top level grifters, right? They form syndicates with each other because they know these idiots are going to keep watching nonstop of their fucking garbage content. So they try to form this LARP sessions, or they try to form basically these stories of like how to get them to buy their courses and how everything's so great. And it's in all sectors of YouTube, man. It's like, this is the only real community that actually talks really advanced stuff in philosophy, theology, and Machine Lies does it pretty much for free. That's why I respect him so much.
Yeah, his Punjabi bros never asked me for money. I don't even know if he's Punjabi, but I call him Punjabi bro all the time because it's not about
Yeah,
blood,
absolutely.
the way of life. The way of life,
bro.
you know?
Yeah, bro. I'm absolutely Punjabi. I'm from Chicha Vatni. You know, from I mean, I was born in Rawalpindi. You know, so it is what it is.
Was.
I remember now. You're right. It's been years since you told me. God bless you, brother.
Yeah, dude, absolutely Punjabi.
But you know, honestly, I'm gonna let my brother Shift keep cooking because I'll say this much, dude, and I'm probably gonna get so much shit for it, but I don't care, dude. It's whatever. This chapter's over with. I respect and agree with everything Shift said. It's just it's gonna be hard for me genuinely to like cut off these people when I'm on YouTube, especially like as far as like, you know, just lives and going on panels. So I'm gonna have to work on.
God damn, AJ, you went whole ass turncoat bitch. That's fucked up, AJ.
on that, but I respect what you said, bro, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. And I am complicit too, because you can't participate and know and be abstained from the guilt, you know. So this is why we're having this conversation. So shout out to you, Shift and Machine Lights, brother. I got to get ready for bed, man. You know how it is. The weekend's gonna be a big one for me.
Yeah, blessings, homie. Yeah, thank you for
You
joining.
better
man.
go
I
to
appreciate
bed,
it.
you little Jezebel bitch.
And all of you guys that in Punjabi, that means may God give
Good
you all
night,
blessings and health.
Judas.
God bless you guys, man.
Yeah,
Peace.
man. Yeah, man. Same with you, brother. Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. And it's like Brown's boy said, the prison to YouTube experiments are worse in reverse also. I mean, it's just insane. Like even Andrew Wilson, he's not credible whatsoever. He's not. His debates are not real debates. There's name calling, there's fucking ranting, there's like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. What kind of debate is that? Like a real debate, like you have to give evidence. It has to be very like logical and reasonable.
Here's
Like,
the
this guy's just
pocket
forming, like,
watcher
basically
hater with the
it's the cult of
it's not a real
personality, and
debate. No fucking shit.
that's
It's
the
not a
most
real debate.
dangerous
It's
part
YouTube.
of when you're watching somebody. How, like, the first thing you got to ask, and this is the biggest question I think everyone should understand: how is this person credible? What makes them credible to talk about this subject? Right, that's number one. And then if they're selling courses, like, you know, like, still it goes back to that first question. If you know they're not credible, then you know their courses are bullshit, and they always sell like at like $7.99 and you know, flow state. This guy, this feeds off people's misery. You know, he's a piece of dog shit,
I
complete
am
dog
feeding off
shit.
your
Same with
misery right now,
Ortho,
Shift.
you know, Orthodox guy, a complete fraud.
Let me take a second to thank Shift for the loosh. Thank you for the loosh, Shift. I'm feeding off it right now. Angela Baby Carson says, sub to my channel. I need to get to 1,000 subs. Angela, what are you at right now? And drop your link, please. There you go.
Complete fucking liar. You know, like, this guy, it's just like ridiculous. This completely
You know what? I think AJ's going on the inmate roster. AJ, you're at $50.
ridiculous. And then you got Laundry. Laundry is just a pathetic guy. He's going around, you know, basically walking around like empty avenues and empty like houses and shit, and saying this is real content, when really I have to ask him, like, what's going on with your real life, man? You're in trouble. You have a daughter, right? You have a wife, and yet you're on YouTube fighting with people, begging for money. That means your life situation is not good. That means that you're a fucking dumbass and you should get a real job, right? It's just ridiculous.
Bro, this is so... when people like this say get a real job, why? I mean, I don't know what Landry's pulling. I don't know if he's making enough to support himself and his family. I haven't paid that close attention, but I am. People still be like, you should get a real job. Why the fuck would I get a real job? I like this better. A lot better than a real job. And I make more money than I did like most of my real jobs. So it's crazy. That's crazy talk. It's like, Shift, nobody wants to come be miserable with you. I know misery likes company, but you're gonna have to be alone over there.
And then to fight with like Machine Lies, who actually wrote a book and is actually very well versed into philosophy and theology. It's just baffling to me, man. I don't even know why you waste your time with that guy. It's like he's a lost cause.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of interactions. Like, I mean, so I mean, I could almost go down the list because with Flowstein, it's been more of a thing where he was first in the Paul and Slave community, right? And then he became and now he's doing the same thing that he was doing to Paul and Slave to Andrew Wilson, right?
That
so
may
it's
be
kind of like ankle
true.
biting.
Yeah.
So some of the audience switched sides or whatever. So he's attempting to do the same thing because he sees a much bigger platform.
Yeah.
That he could sort of ride the wave up for a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been involved. So there's possibility that Sarah was involved in a fundraising scam on Fox News, right?
Yep.
So there's some evidence of this shit, right? There's not solid evidence, right? And I don't want to say anything conclusive about her.
Yeah.
You know,
For this
I don't see her as I don't see her as malicious. I don't really see Flow State as malicious, other than the drug selling stuff. I think that is malicious. You know what I mean? To do criminal activities and
well, that's
you know, all that
like
stuff. Obviously,
years.
you know, within the terms of you know, obviously we don't promote you know, illegal activities or you know, revolutionary maxims. We don't give medical advice, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that may potentially get us, you know, stricken as has even in the past. But the thing is you know, in terms of flow state, there's a lot of potential scam stuff. So there's a Crispy Street lady, right? So she disappeared from the internet, right? So there hasn't been solid questions really.
She's still around the internet
right now. Flow State has appeared several times now. He has made up certain claims about me, right? So just recently he said
Fake beard.
Yeah. He also said I'm afraid to debate him. Right. So we entertained their so-called debates for like 3 hours. We went back and forth.
No, we
right. And then I finally settled on the fact that I said, all right, I'll let him debate some of the people on my panel that were very, very excited about like the issue, right? About technology, right? So they had seen the Andrew Wilson debate that I had with them.
What else are they? What else, Namaste? What else are they jealous of?
Right. And you know, so they were very excited about the issue. They wanted to debate you know, people about it, right? So I gave them the floor.
Lord help us, Tampa.
Right?
If they don't understand,
I don't think
don't
they
tell them.
performed very well, right? They definitely didn't perform anything close to the caliber of like my opening statement in the debate we had, you know, with Andrew there, right? So, I was keenly aware that
Attention,
you know, they would be outmatched if I just looked at that statement, opening statement again, and just took notes on it again and kind of improved it, right? I knew they would just be screwed, right? So, I mean, if he wants to do that, we can definitely do that. I'm definitely not afraid of that, right? So yeah, so he also claimed that Rob Noah is afraid to debate him, right? So, I think he's doing some sort of gay out thing because Andrew Wilson said in the first part of this video that he would welcome Dusty back to talk to him.
Yeah.
So it's getting kind of creepy. So, and these guys both support some of the.
He did say that in the beginning of this video. That same evening, he came over and sent a super chat to me, a $5 super chat, and said something like, "This is the last time dealing with you," or some shit like that. It was like a breaking up super chat or some shit.
The same positions, like they performed together in a debate on the same team.
Yeah, bro. Just because you're on the same team as somebody for a debate doesn't mean that you're aligned for life.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It ends that night.
If he's trying to offer him on the spot of the payroll. Whenever I talk to you about, they form syndicates with each other, you know, and who knows, even if it's the Sarah thing, the dropping out, it's part of basically the grift, you know.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, because then guess what? You got this little drama, right? Then you got all these fucking cult minions and fucking on both sides going crazy and like giving money to like even more money to to both teams, right? And it just keeps these same people watching 24/7 and not really improving their lives. And Flowsting knows that too, you know. Like you got to really study like basically how cults work. Like I mean, like there was one time I was talking on Landry's panel and I was talking to Joe Cool, and it was just so obvious that no matter what, he's like, nah, Flow State is cool, man. Flow State is cool. Nah, he's not cool, bro. He's not. He's a malicious piece of garbage, in my personal opinion.
He feeds off of people's negative energy like a vampire.
Yeah. And
sometimes it looks like he's so pleased with it that it's like sexually gratifying. If you look at his face while he's like watching people tear each other apart verbally.
And for me, like he's the, you know, honestly, like if I ever seen him in real life, you know, I wouldn't even give him a second thought, but he's like one of the people like I'm just completely disgusted. The way he talks, the way he
Bro, come to Kansas City.
Speaks, the way he fucking treats people. Just like anyone watching him, Cynthia, Chuck, Mike 23, Ike, D3, all these fucking dumbasses. And some of them are doctors actually, which is so sad. And it just makes me question their real life.
I had no idea who this guy was or that he was such a hater. This is crazy. Shout out to Shift. Thank you for the loosh.
Actually, they're not doing anything. Just like laundry. So they
really, you think Ike's not doing anything? Ike's not doing anything. He just happens to be able to send me $1,000 super chat on a whim yesterday. Really, bud?
Thinking they
I should probably get a job, huh?
they're gonna get some YouTube grift money and YouTube fame. When reality is, guess what, you fucking peasants? You're a fucking YouTube slave. Google could shut down your channel at any fucking point.
They
Any
have, and
little
guess what?
report, anything like that.
Made a new one.
All you need is 3 strikes. Boom, your channel's fucking gone. You don't own anything. And then you have to start all over again. But the cult members, they don't know none the wiser. They're fucking idiots.
That's
man.
you guys.
They're fucking idiots. They don't want
Talking about
truth.
you
They don't
guys.
want anything. They just want like fucking Jerry Springer. Terrible.
Tell us how
Yeah,
you
and
feel.
then so there is more stuff with Slow State that I've noticed throughout the years, like most of his channel is like drama farm stuff, right? So most of Andrew Wilson's show is garbage, right? Because it's like like he did like 60 shows at whatever show.
Yeah.
Right, where he talked about like women's issues. I'm not kidding. Right, with Instagram models and OnlyFans models.
Right.
Right, so this is a real event, right, that happened over 60 times. Right, so this is the content on his channel that was Instagram. I'm not kidding. Right, with Instagram models and OnlyFans models.
Right.
I'm not kidding. Ever, times. Right, so this is a real event, right, that happened over 60 times. Right, so this is the content on his channel that was that built his audience up, because these people have 1 million subscribers, right? So as he said, he's garbage compared to these people, right? He's nobody compared to these people, right? Who have a way higher audience that could generate a lot more money, right? So he has to kowtow to their format, right, in order to earn viewers. So he's chosen this route, right? He expects others to do the same thing. Flow State is trying to understand how to grift. So he's like a little baby grifter, right?
Yeah.
Andrew Wilson is like a master grifter and a master debater. Flowstein thinks he's a master debater, right?
Not really.
Andrew
debater
Wilson
than
sells scam courses where he teaches people how to do dirty debate tactics the way he does in his debates online.
Figured.
Where he's lost many recent debates. I mean, the one with Coach Gray recently, he lost. I think Coach Gray Adams or something like that. He lost that one, right? So he's lost several notable debates recently. I think he didn't perform that well against against Adam Green, right? There's other examples, right? But of him just sort of flip flopping his views and not really holding a firm position. Right.
Everything's uniquely subjective.
Huh?
Everything's uniquely subjective.
Right. There is that. So
this is uniquely subjective. Everything is uniquely subjective.
Yeah, I can't pause that, but if I play that again, notice how they're dressed and their background. They both have a red brick background. They're wearing a black baseball hat, and they're both wearing a red shirt. I'm not kidding.
We planned it. Yep.
Maybe they're
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Say that again.
They're auditioning for Brokeback Mountain too.
That's what I said. It's like, are they? Yeah, these guys. Just auditioning for the same like Home Depot commercial or something.
My guess is Flo was mirroring him.
Yeah, it's like crazy. Yeah, but check this out. Look at what they're wearing and look at their background: red bricks and black hats and black baseball hats. Which it's just interesting.
Black baseball hats are pretty common. We're wearing different shirts. I'm the only one in a red shirt. I might be. Does he have bricks in his background? I'm the only one with bricks in the background too. He just has a red wall. Come on, Team Mel, do better.
This is uniquely subjective. Everything is uniquely subjective.
So yeah, so a lot of red and black, and The same beard, by the way.
Yeah. At least
So,
Andrew.
We both have
I mean,
facial hair.
He
He's
still has
fucking
hair
kidding.
from Flo. There's a reason why he wears a baseball cap. Fucking, it's like, I mean, he's that insecure, man. It's like fucking, you know. But it goes to show you, like, the guy is not. He's not as strong as everyone thinks he is. In reality, he's extremely flawed. And anyone with intelligence will just stay away from the guy. The guy's a fucking piece of trash, you know.
Woo woo.
And here's the thing, Dennis, and like his minions are even worse. Like, I don't know how you
What?
dealt with them, like Cynthia and oh my god, just a bag of like a waste of a carbon footprint. I'll be
well, it's
honest
a
with
bunch
you.
of oldies,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
right?
what's interesting.
Yeah, it's like Beth and Cynthia and Chuck. Like they're all like very old. You know, almost like senile to an effect. I mean, and
Yeah.
it's kind of weird. Like they're kind of like in their 60s.
Like the kind of people that would be tricked by a Nigerian scam artist.
Oh yeah, the Nigerian prince. Like this is like classic. Like they're getting duped. It's like their retirement savings is going to Flow State's pension. Like
Yeah, I think Sarah. She's pretty old. She may be pretty old.
She may be pretty old. How old is she?
Orthodox guy. I've heard he's young, but I mean he's a faceless
He is
entertainer on the internet. So I mean it's hard to kind of
But he's
make
not
sense
nameless
of
though.
really
I know
who he is or what his history is.
Yep.
Not that I'm that much interested.
Yeah,
but he
me
is
neither.
welcome. Yeah, he's welcome to like
curious.
call in or whatever. He has. in the
Yeah,
past,
she's
we haven't
38.
retained him, to be visibly, to be visibly like, honest and forthright. We have that available, the footage. Right. I mean, he did leave on his own, so it is what it is. But I'm 35. Most of the people on my panel are like around my age. So most of the people on my panel are like my peers, right? We read the same.
So you're telling me that I appeal to people who are older and more and wiser, and you appeal to people who are your age or younger, right? Like, is this a weird flex? Weird flex there.
Books. We talk about the same subjects.
You would think that somebody that's into philosophy books would actually have an older audience, not a younger one. But if you're a fake intellectual, I guess you need stupid, easier to dupe people, young people.
But yeah, I don't know what Flow State has in common a 40-year-old with a bunch of 60-year-old people, that give him a lot of money, but
their discretionary spending. That's what he has in common with them.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's like the time when Dennis said he went crazy about you with some economic question about the corporations.
Do you know what the question was?
It was something about artificial scarcity. Can a company force consumers to do that? And I'm like, look, in a way, with mass marketing and mass propaganda, in a way, like just look at your phone. Amazon is spying on what.
Influence is not violence. It is not coercion. Influence is not coercion. They're different, you dumb fucks.
What your phone is spying on you, right? And Amazon has you were talking about shoes that day. They have a sale for you for shoes to get you to consume. So technically, his whole rant against you was like completely flawed. And what about in communist regimes? They can force people to buy shit. Your money's not yours in a communist regime, right?
In America, the state forces you to buy car insurance.
Exactly. Or
only if you've got a car. I don't think most.
And artificial scarcity. The question was whether or not it exists.
I bet that half this panel does not have a car, and I've got enough cars to outfit the whole fucking panel. You guys are pitiful.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We can go from here to Sunday with just Alul's critiques of capitalism, right? And then we can go from here to Sunday with a few other critiques of capitalism and other systems. Obviously it's very old type of model, right? And so is socialism, and so is communism. It's questionable to assume if any of these systems exist in their pure form at all, right? So So that's a whole separate bag of
When
you
you
know. And
start,
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think nowadays it's like hyper capitalism, like to the point where it's like
Hyper capitalism.
um
Brilliant.
like back in the days when capitalism, there's supposed to be some regulations to control fraud and scheming and all that, but nowadays it's just like you got the president like fucking like just pumping and dumping a stock. It's like it's unheard of. You got like Nancy Pelosi worth $240 million doing insider trading. It's just
That's
insanity.
not hyper capitalism.
I
That's
mean,
corruption.
the capitalism that we have is just hyper capitalism, in my opinion.
Oh my god.
yeah, or like you know, how about like the concept of property from like Locke to Rousseau to Marx?
Mm.
You know,
What about it?
like like Locke influenced the American Revolution, Rousseau influenced the French Revolution, and Marx influenced the Bolshevik Revolution, right? So it's like, what about the concept of property for all three of those guys? Right? Can they identify where it came from and what the historical viewpoints were and the effect it had on the various figures who embodied them, like Thomas Jefferson and Robespierre, or Lenin, right?
I mean, I could read it off a teleprompter. TML, is that what you're asking me?
Think not. I think they're not. I think they're just getting started and offering a critique of the situation. I mean, yeah, and that's just being very, very, generous. So
Yeah.
later on, he lied too and tried to claim that the debate was whether or not scarcity exists at all.
It was
because
That's-
he got
that's where it
pushed
started
into
at.
such a small corner when his own audience is like saying, well, yeah, of course corporations coerce people into buying shit they don't need all the time. And yeah,
I'm going to say this again. Influence is not coercion. Influence is not coercion. We're going to have to chant this shit. Influence is not coercion. Influence is not coercion. Influence is not coercion.
no, corporations definitely manipulate the supply chain in order to increase prices all the time.
Yeah. Well, like food companies, what they do, they what they could do to manipulate prices or keep they could reduce the product supply and keep the same price and make it in a way where the average person doesn't notice, right? So, I mean,
This
and
is an economics major, supposedly. He doesn't
supposedly,
understand these concepts.
supposedly, I don't think he understands anything, to be honest.
That is kind of evidence that he may be an economics major. I'm not going to lie. The fact that he doesn't understand economics, that is a key indicator that he may have, in fact, completed a 4-year degree in economics. The two do go hand in hand in my experience. The more of an economics professional you are, the less it seems to be you know about how money works in the real world.
Yep. It actually, from this expert that I follow, he basically says majority of economics majors, they're fucking idiots. They make no money in the market. None. Because they don't, it takes a lot of experience on Wall Street to really understand how the basic capital flows work, how the economies work, GDP, and like a top-down approach versus a bottom-down approach, and how to invest in solid companies, and Michael Porter's competitive strategy with like companies, right? It requires some a lot of experience and also a lot of luck too. But most economics, they just rely on numbers, and that's why the Fed has been like in the early 2000s, like Greenspan, he basically just wrecked the economy with his reckless rate. What is it? He decreased rates basically, and stimulated basically the dot-com bubble. Then it collapsed, and then you got 2009, and then they did quantitative easing, and then, but really, if they didn't do quantitative easing, we'd have had a global depression. And now we're up to this point.
Yeah, I did happen to see this panel yesterday. I don't know if you saw the Reslet thing yesterday.
No.
I overheard a little bit, was Speakeasy there and the Trippy and
that was happening. Yeah. Yeah, that's always interesting. But yeah, the part where I was talking about was I think they started arguing about economics
Mm.
with the Melanie the Fox.
Hmm.
You know, so this guy's panel was very. I mean, his panel dynamics were very strange. I have to say. I mean, so so I've never seen his show before, right? But yeah, they did have a. Oh wait, so we can't have the audio here. Okay.
Oh, here's the thing though. He likes to strike channels if you replay them.
Who?
Resla.
Resla?
Yeah. Yeah. He likes to do that.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Okay,
Just
so I'll just show you guys the video, so you guys could go pause back in the video and just look at it yourself. So yeah, so we'll just do that. But I'm pretty sure Wilson wants us to review him.
yeah, he doesn't care.
Yeah, he just played a clip of us recently. So so yeah, I think he I went on Rob Noah's show recently. You know, yeah, so I guess no hard feelings.
You went to Rob Norris. Why did you go to Rob Norris? Because you saw he was beefing with me. You're welcome for the connection. You had something to talk about. It was me.
But yeah,
Same with Snafu. Same with OTW. Who else? There's more. Crispy Tree. Like y'all, all of you are scuttling across this bridge that you see. I've connected. Now that you all and Rob have a common enemy, now you're scuttling to cross that bridge. You're welcome. I ain't even mad about it. I'd do the same thing. But let's call it what it is. You're clout riding me. You're riding my coattails up. Again, do it. That's the right thing to do. You should do that. But let's not pretend like it's anything other than what it is.
Wilson is kind of a clown. I think his show kind of sucks. I think he should go back to doing debates and open challenges and all that kind of stuff. And or at least having lower level guys debate on his platform. And having like some sort of debate thing. It can't be like that. Like
it should go back to.
That was the machine lies talking. The one that sounds like this. That's the machine lies.
Arguing with OnlyFans girls. That's what he's really good at.
Yeah, like he took a hiatus from that when he like did the pickle jar thing. Like he couldn't open a pickle jar live, and then he was embarrassed on the show, and then he like never went back. So it was pretty embarrassing. Wow. Yeah, so it's kind of fucked up the thing that happened to him. So he kind of got fired, from a much larger platform because he like embarrassed himself. And it could be that like you fly around and then you get like really weak. You eat like airplane food and shit, and then you can't open shit. You're like jet lag and shit. I don't know, man. So it could be, so
have you seen his wife's forearms? She opens up all the jars.
Oh shit!
Just as simple as that.
Maybe she does more than that. Goes into different orifices.
Nice.
Damn.
But can I finish my inquiry, please, before you move off of it? If you masturbate with a wooden dildo, and that's conceivably fine, but having sex with a tree which is alive is not, then the only threshold breaker there is that the wood is dead.
I think the pickle jar thing was staged.
Yeah, he's actually retarded. That's what's crazy about the fact that he's like a famous intellectual debater. And there's people out there hinting to, and they may not be wrong, because I will not claim to be in touch with the common idiot. There's people out there who claim he is genuinely and effectively attempting to change American culture.
Yeah, I mean, good luck.
Look, everybody knows I ain't no Andrew fan, but he's having a way bigger impact on culture than all this panel combined over 4 lifetimes. Like, it's just not even, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Good luck. I mean, have you seen our political system? I mean, America is like pretty much like there's a lot of polarization, and the smart person doesn't side with either party because we know the system that we have right now, democracy is just an illusion. While in China, communism is in your face, the authoritarian regime. Here,
it went viral. Attention. It got attention and talked about. Yeah, it is. I think the whole thing was contrived. If you watch it, watch his forearm muscles when he's trying to turn it. They don't flex. I think he was acting.
it's just very sophisticated, manipulated regimes, and both
Right.
sides go to the strip club after fucking you up with bills, and they get kickbacks, and then they make millions of dollars off $150,000 salary. So, while screwing us over, just like New York City.
Probably Nick Fuentes, but I don't know a lot about Nick Fuentes, but he's more. I would say he's more influential, easily. But I think that from what I do know about him, I think that as much as I don't like Andrew Wilson, again, I guess I'm going to have his side on this one. I think I'd prefer people follow Andrew Wilson than Nick Fuentes, although both are undesirable options.
Like we just had like this guy elected, but he wants to give like free buses and other stuff going on. And I'm just thinking to myself, doesn't he fucking realize like you got to pay taxes? Like, well, what the fuck is this? And like people are just getting excited. Like, look, I'm a Muslim, right? But
is this the Zoran guy?
Yeah,
Don't mess with the Zoran.
Yeah, man. But the thing is, though, it's just like he flip flops and he's shaking hands with Alex Soros, man.
Right.
I'm like, it's like, how could you be blind to that?
Yeah, they're all like paid, like Ilhan Omar, like all those guys are paid off. I mean, they'll start the Green New Deal. They're paid off for like a globalist agenda. So the stuff that's said about them by the right wing extremists is not really far off, except for the right wing extremists are just kind of controlled opposition because they get to go on these larger platforms and quote unquote debate them.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas, an average person doesn't have access in that same way. Like, for example, like how does Richard Spencer go to a bunch of universities and get to speak and LARP as a Nazi? Right? Like people don't really think about these things, right? But it's obvious that he's some sort of Fed or whatever, right? And then you have J.F. Garrity, who they debate on the Crucible all the time, right? I called in one time and asked him a question, right, that he couldn't answer, right? And basically, like basically what it is like, like this guy said on a show to Richard Spencer that he was that he got a scholarship from Jeffrey Epstein. Crazy stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like it's crazy, right? So
this
where
is
are
how
you guys?
the brainwashing is so effective that the people who are disillusioned and left out of the system, they like look to the system for answers.
Denizen sniffs his own farts. I swear to God, that dude is just like huffing the shit out of his own farts. It's wild.
It's like
yeah,
like when you realize Bill Clinton was lying to you and Obama was lying to you and George Bush was lying to you and Biden was lying to you. Vote for Trump. Like for real, that is where they're at.
My fart smells.
Even the people who don't believe in the system look to it for change. That right there will tell you how effective it is and how entrenched these people are. I even fall for it a little bit myself. I just can never really truly believe. But like when someone like RFK comes along, it catches my attention. But he didn't mean anything. He didn't mean any of the shit he was saying. He was just talking to people like me.
Yeah, because like I get like the anti-vax rhetoric, but then it's like, oh, we should take off all of it, for measles, mumps, and rubella and all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? It's just like, I mean, I just don't get it. Obviously, if you got problems, go to your medical doctor. All right, this is not advice, but
he talked about like
got problems, go to your medical doctor. All right, this is
obesity crisis and our water supply as mess environment is more important than even climate change, which is something he advocates for apparently.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't. Now that he's in power, I think it's demonstrable that he was just blowing smoke up everybody's ass. It was just a nut cola, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you got those few stragglers.
In terms of like change, in order to change, like obesity, like getting people to move, it's like it starts with the culture. But unfortunately, America embraces just being lazy on your ass, like after work, like just sitting on the couch and watching a football game and having a few beers. That's encouraged every Sunday. Watch NFL, and all this other shit. Eat some Domino's,
How
it's
dare
easy
you
when you work
people
10 hours
relax
a day too, and there's and it's in like a soul sucking job where the person you work for is dumber than you, and nobody works together or cares about what you're doing, and the final product doesn't mean anything to society. So you're mentally, emotionally, and physically drained by the time you get home anyway.
That's when it's actually best to like that emotion of rage, right? Where it's like, you know what, I hate this, but I'm gonna work at it to get the fuck out of this situation. But not everyone can do it, unfortunately. So it depends on the individual, right? But if you have will, you have the way, right? But sometimes that can only get you so far, because if you fail too many times, you may not be able to recover. So that's what there's always that. But I think like if people just only knew, like you just have to if you just count your calories, you work out, you do sets to failure, that type of thing, 2 days a week. You don't have to train like a bodybuilder. If you just did that, you just did machines, you'll lose some weight. You don't need those new drugs to lose weight. It's really actually pretty simple, or even walking 40 minutes a day. But no, that's not. Here's the thing, Dennis. It's not sexy. It doesn't sell. Right? The solution is not flashy or sexy. And these characters, they're trying to sell a dream. Like Andrew Wilson's trying to sell like an Orthodox Christian authoritarian like theocracy. Like if America falls, we're going to pick up the reins with Orthodox Christianity. And these people, these cult members, they don't realize that that's a complete lie, man. These motherfuckers are not.
What's good?
I saw this panel and I'm like, I had to hop on.
Yeah, they've gotten off on a tangent. They were talking about me a minute ago. They need to get back to it. Hold on. I need to get a metal spoon because this Italian ice ain't gonna work with a plastic one.
Those Italian ice problems. Happens to me almost every day. You think you have the Mexican ice. You think you have the Peruvian ice. You think you have the Jamaican ice. But you need the Italian ice.
Subscribe.
And sometimes it's not what you have. But I got my eye on this Shift guy, right? This is the thing where I saw this video earlier. I saw that they did the whole thing in the beginning, sort of this is a call out to Dusty and they wanted our attention. I guess they got it. I wasn't going to give it to them, but if it's already being given.
What's being given?
The attention to this video.
Yeah, it's given. I was thinking about going over there, but
is this live?
I don't necessarily want. Yeah, it's live. I know I'm behind a bit. I don't necessarily want to disrupt, them talking about me.
Not going to save you. If anything, they're a detriment to your psyche, and the fact that you have to rely on them and watch on them, that doesn't bode well to your critical thinking skills and good, judgment skills too.
I think he's meant to market to the incels that they can have a voice in society. That's where the orthodoxy comes from, is basically make it so that women can't give away their vaginas anymore.
Damn it.
I mean, it's just a pipe dream. It's just like, for me, it's like, the best thing to do is just focus on yourself, and anything that you can't control, don't even bother. It's like, especially with politics and stuff, it's beyond your control. Like you can empathize and you can feel like certain things, like, there's a genocide happening across the world.
All right, guys, should I go over? How much should I charge? $50 is typically the going rate for me to go somewhere. So $50, and I'll go try to crash the party. Let's get it.
I mean, these dudes are a total. I mean, especially this Shift guy. Have you had much experience with him?
I don't know who the fuck he is.
Well, I kind of dug him at first. He came around when I first got monetized. Was had definitely a decent panel presence, but just his recent appearance on the whatever the fuck that was that they did on NPCs. It's just obviously I don't even want to go there, but it's just these people, when they go there and they show how easy it is for them to go there, and they come back, oh no, I'm a serious person. This is my thoughts on Andrew Wilson, and I'm side by side with TML, the hardest person in the panelverse to take seriously. I don't know what they think they're doing.
Himself seriously enough for all of us.
He does. That's the best part. And you can tell it drives him nuts whenever you don't take him seriously. And for me, I couldn't. If you had a gun to my head, you gave me $1 million, I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. Can't do it.
Marty Marr, we got snitches in the audience.
I could feel for that, but realistically, what can we do? Like, there's nothing
more. But yeah,
I don't know. Or maybe I do like you, just haven't had time to respond. I don't know.
It's the only thing.
What's going on here?
Just goes to show what you always say.
I said it
Never
wasn't
choose
women.
women in the space. Look, I've said this before. It's my own fault. I don't even blame Sarah. There's lots and lots of women who've tried to weasel into my good graces, want to make a name for themselves. Lots and lots have done it. Lots of them.
lots of
But
women.
you know, this isn't even the worst part. As all this shit talking is happening, I'll tell you the fucking worst part. I couldn't fucking believe this. I called Rob and asked him, like, what's going on here? You know, is this an actual problem? Of course, Rob, just don't even worry about it, man. You've got a lot of shit on your plate.
Why so late
You
are they
don't
doing
need to worry
this?
about any of this stuff. And I'm like, well, but I want to know.
No idea.
This was the message that Sarah sent to Rob. Couldn't fucking believe it when he sent this to me. She said, there's a secret weapon to panels, Rob. You can't show any of your cards at all. This is Sarah the Tomato talking to one of the most experienced blood sport debaters on the internet to date. Rob Norris taken on everybody from JF Gary Epi. He took on JF Gary Epi on ethno-nationalism, which is like the hardest position to fucking defend against a guy like JF. Whether you agree with him or not, he had a good showing in that debate. This guy has...
So look at that. Look who he's promoting as like a premier. He's like, it's tough to defeat JF Gary Epi. Right? Which is like their other guy, right? See, this is like one of their controlled opposition guys. Like, for example,
guy.
Yeah, dude.
the guy who,
holy shit.
got a scholarship from Jeffrey Epstein. Right?
Oh, he got a scholarship from Jeffrey Epstein. Fact check me, somebody.
taken on Destiny 5, 6 different fucking times and beat him handily with 8, 9, 10-hour fucking debates. He's been on some of the most...
There's the second thing, right? He's debated Destiny many times.
Jesus Christ.
Right. So this is before Will.
Am I in the way of the chat? I don't know if you can hear. I'll full screen it.
Who is desperate to be relevant?
Hold on. So right after I said $50, this person says, "PD trying to drop by," and
PD
Machine Lies drops, Machine Lies drops a link. Yay! I feel like they should pay me if I drop by.
They should, dude. That's what they want.
I know.
Is this their version of doing the drama?
No, they're not doing. No, only we do drama. They don't do drama. Don't you know that?
Oh man, I don't know how these people take they just don't seem like they're having a good time. I don't really know. That's like the worst part for me.
Would you have a good time? It's a bunch of weirdos sitting around. TML sits around and wants people to respect him for his intellect, but he's a weirdo who lives at home, sits at home in his parents' house on disability.
Is that true?
That's the rumor. I can't verify it.
Okay,
But...
well, it sounds true. I like it. I can roll with it. I mean, that's the thing. I've gotten more pushback for not taking him seriously than anyone else in this space. Nobody cares that I don't take whoever seriously, but him, it's like really strikes a nerve. Well, hold on though. He's an intellectual. He's going down in the history books. Don't you know TML, the great mighty TML?
He wrote a book, or somebody did.
Somebody didn't slap his name on it, dude. Here's the thing, dude. I pay him $10,000 just to go ahead and do it again. Do it again live. Show us you can actually write a book live. I want to see it. I mean, you put any pressure on these guys, any sort of realistic expectation of, hey, show yourself like, doing something. Prove that you can do something without the script. Just can't do it.
No.
Can't even talk.
He can't think.
Wilson was had a lot of subscribers. Right? So if anything, Rob Noah helped catapult Wilson to his status.
Panels in the Twitch content world, which are actually large panels that you've ever seen. Sarah's going to give him some advice, though. By that, I mean, if someone's annoying you, interrupting or poking at things that raise your...
So, fun fact, I don't think that in the text message exchange where Sarah gave him advice, previous to that, Rob had said something like, maybe he's just not familiar with how panels work yet, and he needs to learn more, or something. He had said something like that indicated that he needed advice.
Temperature, you can't let it bother you. The other panelists subconsciously will see those trigger points and zero in on it. They do it to you every time you're on. You're an easy target. This to Rob Knorr. It's unsolicited advice. Yes, it is. I'm aware. But the best tip I can give to you is to stop reacting to their pokes and prods. Open panels are meant to be fun, lighthearted, and relaxed. They have to be that way, or else they wouldn't be so fun or inviting to anyone. These panels are not fun and inviting to anybody fucking anyway. Witty banter plus topic discussion equals a great panel. You often enter them very harshly and seriously and demanding. I notice you take insults very personally, and that's why they'll run you out every time, because it's a killjoy to everyone else. Why is this guy taking things so seriously? She puts in quotes. You got to laugh at the digs and talk through the interruptions and roll with the punches. Everyone throws their punches. Take the hits, laughs, and come back the next day with a clean slate, ready for more. Trash talking about an open panel being too chaotic is like complaining the sky is blue. They'll always be chaotic. You can either handle them or you can't. Thank you. Thank you. Just got here 5 minutes ago. Thank you for the advice. Just got here 5 fucking seconds ago. Thank you for the advice. Has only been able to book large.
Man, this is embarrassing, TML. It's been like 10 minutes since I said $50 to go visit you. Nobody. Yesterday, when it was to join Restless panel, I got $50 like that. Today, meh.
I mean,
not even a fucking dollar. Nobody's put the first dollar down towards it. Which
I don't know what would happen. You think it would actually be interesting?
I think he would. I don't know. I mean, that's the roll of the dice, right? I think he would let me up.
Oh,
I don't know how long it would go.
Dude, if you saw the beginning of this video, he did a whole. This is what they call. This is the basic attention grab, right? They're calling our name.
I didn't see the beginning.
He just took a bunch of scenes from a music video that I made and just sort of re-edited it with his song. And I was just gonna say, all right, and then never think about it again. But I saw, if you're putting time into it, I'll join in unison. But it's I don't know what he's looking to. He's the one who fumbled the ball, dude. He debated Wilson, and he did so badly that like he just thinks that we all forgot about that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad from what I saw. I didn't
He's
even. He's
hemorrhaging clout worse than Paul.
All right, y'all might not care about TML, and that's fine, but we are going to need to get some donos in here promptly. You know what? Let me not be. I think that. Hold on, I got to apologize for something. I didn't even thank the first donor while I was over because I was over at Sarah's and I forgot all about it. Texas Grown, thank you for the $10. Said Sarah was tipping me quarters to dance, so the shade stayed up in the bath. In the both. I don't even know. Oh, I get the reference. Thank you, Texas, for the first donor. Hold on a second. First dono gets bombs, of course.
When you hear the sirens or anti-aircraft guns, you must get under cover at once. If you're in the open with no cover, lie down. The most important rule of all is never to stand staring at the sky. If you don't take cover, you may get hurt.
Dude, I'll spice this shit up, dude.
You going over?
Debaters for 5 fucking minutes.
I say like they all have the same records. The medical insurance company, like it is the same fucking shit.
Like I think I said before, there's like people that are on YouTube. they stepped out of line. Now all of a sudden they find themselves getting shadow banned on other platforms that had nothing to do with the infringement.
Right.
So it's funny how that works.
Yeah, and these people giving these $1,000 donations. I mean, go figure. You know, I mean, it's obvious. You know, and he's saying they're a team. They're on the team. You know, so
Yep.
I mean, it is what it
Thank you,
is.
Texas. Glad you're still here.
Another Rob. Yeah, fucking nowhere.
Have the posture like you're frequently bent over. So usually a good step is to not put off that vibe, which you're giving many, many, many vibes of that off right now. Number two, try to be someone that's not so vapid and stupid that you need to go in the back to try to come up with a bad joke like put a Pillsbury Doughboy up.
We got
So she's got lessons for Rob. Think she gave advice to anybody else who was losing their minds in the panel verse. Yeah.
Put a Pillsbury
That was
Doughboy
already
on-
done beforehand.
put a Pillsbury Doughboy up there before you come up. If you want to make a joke like that, then you should possibly do it when you come in, as opposed to having to go backstage to set it up. That would probably be the.
I've seen this.
He's also on the screen with the cupcakes. So he's here. So we had two of the people. So we had troll number troll number 2, and now we got troll number 1. So yeah, troll number 1 in the building.
One eye.
Paranoid chilling, y'all. Dude,
Come
this
on.
is. I don't even know how we do it. You know?
Wales!
We can make
Fuck
drama. We can make it more boring than me reading the book. You know?
Money ain't a motherfucking problem.
Yo,
The
yo,
sport I
make it
invented
real.
to win when I watch. You don't know the rights and the lights and the locks. Even knowing all the ice and the Sprite, you just try to get money. Money of your motherfucking life. 2-ton angel carved out of ice. Alligator sailboat, $sign ice. Fill a warehouse full of Van Goghs twice. Get money. Money or your motherfucking heart. I could give it to my dog. He makes money when he barks. So put it in my fridge or in one of my parks that I bought so my robots could learn how to log. Get money.
Thank you for getting me there. All right. Shall we?
Sad Shimbone.
And we got the power tard. Nice.
Hey, this is what you wanted, right?
This is what he wanted.
No.
I bet you he still can't make it interesting.
It's not.
Wait for this show. This is what I wanted
Yeah.
for this show. No, I don't need you guys here.
Oh, he doesn't need us here. Okay, this wasn't a call for for some.
Yeah,
more
you
than
guys don't have to be
attention.
here. Yeah, you guys could go if you want. I mean, it's your choice.
We can talk about me. I like talking about me.
I'm
Okay.
talking about him too.
All right, yeah, you could talk about yourself. There's only like 4 more minutes of this video, and then you guys can give a little speech.
It's like we've never seen it or anything, you know.
Yeah, you guys have reviewed this before. Yeah, I saw you guys review it. Yeah.
Thank you, Greg, for the dono.
Ground game.
All right, let's just watch the video for a second here. There's only like 4 more minutes or whatever.
Works his fucking ass off, and he's one of the best debaters in the fucking world. That's who that guy is.
Alone and won't be able to say anything anyways. Any other questions?
So that's one way
That's
to handle it.
Cartman.
You know?
That's
I
adult
think that
Cartman.
if I was going to be very defensive, that would be reflective of my insecurity, which I think is.
I'm glad you don't have them.
Well,
Oftentimes,
it's frustrating, I guess.
You
because
have
then
a
there's-
lot of pride, is what I'm saying, right? I'm not surprised.
I don't know if I have a lot compared to many people.
Loyalty isn't gray. It's black and white. You're either loyal completely or not loyal at all. This is one of the reasons I follow you. Thank you for being you. Look, there's nuance with everything. I guess Rob could go total turncoat and knife me in the back at some point, or knife me in the front even. I don't know. You know, but here's the thing that I've noted. I have not to date had to fire a single member of my staff because those guys have gone out of their way to make sure that they don't cause disturbances, they don't cause problems, they don't cause issues, including Rob. Right? Rob may adamantly disagree with me about things. We ain't gonna take that shit public. We'll be in the background. We'll argue in the background, things like that. That's on us, right?
He knows.
You're gonna fucking besmirch the name of my good friend Rob Knorr. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, right. This guy is an up and comer. He's great. He's been great from day one. He's a fantastic debater.
He's
literally, this woman's bills are paid because a lot of the assistance in debate prep on normative politics I get from this man. Her bills paid because this man's assistance.
Yeah.
These people are so fucking stupid. They just punch themselves in the fucking jaw constantly.
Sounds like a bitch.
Well, you know, oftentimes people that are getting bent over like that don't have insecurities about it. So good for you.
I'm getting bent over by who?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
I mean, at least I bend, right? At least I can be like more from left to right.
I mean,
and
I
there's no
suppose if dudes are bending you over, you could say at least I could bend.
Well, so now
Great.
it's dude. Oh, who says?
Well,
it's
yes,
dudes?
I would
mean,
assume.
Andrew, are you drunk? Not
You do
yet,
not
but I'm
look like a
trying to get there.
jackass. I appreciate the timing.
It's Friday
And
night.
that
And look, we have a long stream tomorrow with no Kings.
it got
games.
right when
Friday
it
night.
showed
I'm
up
ranting
on
and venting a
panel.
little bit. And you know what? I don't do that very often, do I? So I feel like if I want to come on and I want to bitch and kind of complain a little bit about how this is all shifting out, then I feel like you guys should just be like, yeah, all right. Don't do it too often. This one really pissed me off, though. It really did. Panelverse, I thought Tom Gully's Dabbleverse. Yeah. James says, I found her channel through you. Dropped 135 in supers just last month. So it goes. Power of the fully armed and operational grift station. Again, I taught all of these fucking people how to monetize their channels to begin with.
The fuck if you did.
Okay, fact check on that. Did it teach you guys how to monetize your channels?
No. I was monetized
So-
before I ever met him. And in fact, later in this thing, are you watching the version that he re-edited and put up?
No, I'm watching just the one that he played at first.
So you got a copy of the actual live stream while it was live?
Yeah, I just recorded the chill stream. You know, so
Okay. So later on, when he basically stole my inmate roster idea when he says it cost her $10,000. He did it wrong, of course. Should never pay him $10,000, but he stole my idea. I taught Andrew how to grift. Andrew.
Whoa. So you taught Andrew.
I did.
So you,
TML taught him how to lose debates.
perhaps.
This is uniquely subjective.
Everything is uniquely subjective.
Everything is uniquely subjective.
This is fun.
Thank you, Landry. I appreciate you, man.
They all copy the Crucible. That includes Rob, the grift, things like that. These were all unique ideas that were completely put into the ethos
where'd he
of
go?
Andrew Wilson's mind. This is why these channels make so much money, because I taught them how to monetize correctly. To offer
Maybe he hit the
content
wrong
that
button.
people actually want to watch.
I don't know. He's
They
kind of
just
flighty.
can't. Some of you just can't help but fuck it up. Like, why do you got to fuck it up? You know what? All Sarah had to do here, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. I wouldn't even be.
Probably on like 2 or 3 streams. Yeah, but come back in if you get a chance. Because we're almost done watching this video. It's almost like 30 seconds left. So I'm sorry if it took too long.
Worrying about it, I'd be doing other
But
things.
yeah, I said it was only 4 minutes.
Things. All she had to do was shut the fuck up. That's
Sorry,
it. Just
not
shut the
sorry.
fuck up. Just not be there. Just don't be there. Let them do their thing. They control.
Well, I mean, I just got to get through this whole thing so that we can like move past this
Yeah,
segment because
you're
it's
good.
already been for 2 weeks.
all fucking day long. Just don't be there and don't contribute. How fucking hard is that?
Yeah, I'm also gonna like play music in a little bit. So there's gonna be like a little segment here. You know, we could talk and then I'll watch this video, talk, play music. You know, we'll go on.
How hard could it possibly be to just shut your fucking mouth?
I believe the implication was that it wasn't women.
Sure, we can have that implication, but what kind of?
Okay, so you agree. What kind of? You tell me. What's your preference?
I mean, it's just.
All right. So that's all I got for it.
Do you want?
I'm
I've
pretty
got,
sure
I've got a link to the rest of it if you want it.
No, I'm good. I'm good. So that's our stream made by Machine Bomb 5.
Hmm.
I
I caught a little bit of it. I didn't catch most of it, but I caught some of it. It's too bad Shift isn't
Nice.
still here. I don't know. I've never met
Yeah,
Shift.
Shift went in on you. So you guys got to square it off.
I
You
saw
guys
that.
could definitely square it off if he's
I
out
actually
here.
don't know Shift. I don't care about Shift. I did
You watch quite a
enjoy
bit of
the
it.
loosh that he provided. Thank you, Shift, for your energy that I feed off.
Well, you see, like at some point,
that old loosh.
well, at some point, there was like maybe like 30, like 30, like 34 or something like that. And then like nobody was really writing at the time. So I don't know who was watching or clipping or whatever. I mean, so it just so happens that there was a segment of time where it was really odd.
What, were you had more viewers than normal?
No, just a general spike at a certain time where there was not a lot of chat activity.
It might have been when I started watching.
But how would that affect the chat activity?
I mean, if people were sneaking over from my channel to peek in on your chat, I would not expect them to chat.
Yeah, well, me and Zeph were kind of talking about that, like how like sometimes you look at a chat and they start talking about what you're thinking about. You ever experience that?
Yes, I have.
Like when you're not participating. Yeah, it's like you're not participating in it, but you just look at it and it's just saying what you're thinking. It happens all the time. It happens too often, right? When you show up in the chat and your name is being mentioned specifically, right? It's like weird timing, right? Or you turn on a stream and your name is being mentioned, so you can clip it like right at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like odd timing a lot of times.
Shit, I was on the wrong.
Yeah. I don't think it's odd. I think it's a synchronicity, and I think that there's who knows what the fuck it is, but I think that there's some sort of a connectedness that lets us know when Denizen's running his mouth or Shift is running his mouth. I caught.
What do you think that is ultimately?
I mean, I don't know how to. I don't have any more theory about it than how I explained it. Right? I think that we're connected in some sort of a way.
Well, I mean, in
it's
terms
like
of
remote viewing, right? I don't know if you've looked into that at all, but the remote viewing program, the guy who I saw a TED talk by the guy who ran it, and he said that, interestingly, the more somebody tried to hide something, the more you think about hiding something, the more it shows up in a remote viewing thing. So I think that that's what that is.
Yeah. It's like the Zen monk who told like his disciple not to think about monkeys, and then that's like all he could think about for the day.
So, what's this? Okay, I didn't catch all of it. I just
theory. Here's
about...
another thing. Yeah, here's another thing in terms of remote viewing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think it's precognition, right? Meaning, do you think that people are it's one cohesive time field and people are seeing the future before it happens? Do you think it's a sort of mind, right, meld, right, where it's sort of telekinesis, right, where you're reading other people's minds? Or do you think that there's an ethereal realm where the mind properties exist that's apart from the physical reality, in terms of substance dualism, is what it's called in philosophy?
I think it's likely a layer of physical reality that we're not aware of, but that we do tap into. So
you think consciousness arises from the physical?
As far as I can tell, I don't have evidence.
So how would that connect in terms of the kind of experiences you're talking about, synchronistic experiences? Because I think that Jung posited like some sort of collective consciousness.
Yes.
Right, where the archetypal ideas actually exist, right?
Right, and I think that's so we're talking about two or more physical humans connecting mentally, right? Whatever it is that lets a school of fish all turn at the exact same time in the exact same direction at the exact same angle.
Well, maybe not specifically, because in the third example, right, you could jump into a space. Like, for example, like, you ever seen that SpongeBob episode where he like he walks out of his dream physically and walks into other people's dreams?
I haven't seen it.
Row.
You know, so or what about Inception, where they have shared dream experiences?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. But I guess my thing is I don't think it's a different dimension or reality, right? I think it's probably something that's physical that we don't, like radio waves. Before, we didn't know about radio waves always. Now we do. I think there's probably some sort of a layer of physical reality like that
Could be some version of quantum entanglement.
Yeah. But that's actually not what happened today. I didn't.
So why don't you message Landry and tell him to come back out here?
What, you want me to message Landry?
Yeah, tell him to come through because we're about to shut it down. So he's gonna have to come sooner than later if he wants to come through.
Well, we just got here. What's the theory about me and Lindsay plotting something?
It's not a theory.
What is it?
It's something that she said on Landry's show, man. So she could be plotting against you specifically. I don't know. She could be spreading misinformation. It's a possibility, man.
Neither of those things have ever happened before. You want to fill me in, or I got to go back and watch it?
Why don't you fill me in? It's your fucking drama thing, man. Like, what do you mean, Lindsay did what to you?
I'm not the one who had the theory or whatever the fuck.
Lindsay did what to you? Lindsay did what to you?
She did what to me?
Yeah, what did Lindsay do to you?
What, for the last falling out?
Yes. That's specifically the question.
She was in my chat telling a donor not to donate to me.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when she went on Snafu Snaps with the naked picture or whatever with the red stars on it.
That was a long time ago.
So what was that about? Because I'm still trying to recollect what that was about.
She was trying to drum up a scenario in where I shared her nudes, but I never did. And here, actually, I made a short.
Where you shared her nudes?
Right. She said, this is what she told Safu. She came up with that avatar and she said, I'm putting this out before he can. The night before, I had texted her and said I wasn't fucking with her, but and then reassured her that I would not distribute any of her nudes, right? That they were safe. She says she didn't read that message.
So meaning you had her nudes?
Yes.
So you said to her, meaning Lindsay Smith, that you would not distribute her nudes, meaning that you had her nudes, and then she said, "I'm going to release them before you release them." Is that correct?
Right. Yeah. She was trying
to drive up.
Yeah, she was trying to force a situation where it looked like she was a victim of me, doing revenge porn stuff
by giving you the nudes. So
Correct.
She gave you nudes and then victimized herself on the panel, right? Is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what the claim was made on the Landry panel. So it's not even different from what you're claiming.
Okay.
Like this is the exact claim.
Okay. Well, I did not hear what you guys had said about that. Somebody in my chat said that there was a theory.
No, it's not what we said. It's not what we said. It's through anecdotal, right? People watching Landry's panel, right? Multiple people, right? They said that Lindsay Smith had claimed on the panel, right? Exactly what you're saying.
Right.
So you might want to go and review
that you originated the narrative. I'm saying that somebody in my chat heard it.
No, but here's what I'm saying. Yeah, but here's what I'm saying though, real quick, right? It seems like what you just said, that somebody gave you nudes to guilt trip you, to kind of honeypot you into this situation where they could victimize themselves on the panel, that this is being repeated, right? So what I'm telling you is that if you review this clip, you could probably get to the bottom of whatever you're experiencing with that. Back in the day, when the Red Star situation where she leaked her own supposed
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard to. It was that sticky a situation. It turns out that if you release your own,
well, it's sticky because you accepted the nudes. You should not have done that, right?
Oh well.
Yeah, so you should not have done that because that was a mistake because that was just sitting there to be used against you in the future for no reason, and then
But it
you went on a drama loop.
right? I mean, she tried and it didn't go anywhere.
I mean, you focused on it for an inordinate amount of time.
I just got asked about
and
it.
it may have made you look like a creeper. That was the goal: is me too, granny panties. I mean,
Oh no, I'm a guy
or whatever, you know,
a
as
guy who likes girls. It's terrible. Yeah, I'm just
no. No, I'm just caricaturing the situation that
I understand what you're saying.
a certain person, yeah.
I don't know that I agree with your conclusion, but I understand the line of reasoning you're going down.
I'm not saying that's my conclusion. I'm just saying that this is what was claimed anecdotally by people, multiple people who related evidence to me. So I'll reiterate what I said, right? I'm saying that it sort of mirrors what you also have claimed, right? So this isn't based on none of what I've said, dude, or my opinions on anything. Again, I didn't receive nudes from anybody. I didn't talk to anybody online. This is your friend online, that watches your show. She doesn't really watch my show, but I have had friendly conversations
I've
with her.
sent you nudes before.
Who?
My own. I didn't. You
Wait,
remember
who are you talking
about? Butthole I sent you?
No, you never sent me anything.
Yes, I did. Don't deny them. Oh, here, let me take.
Yeah, you're a little fruity in the booty there. You got gay thoughts?
Only when the opportunity arises to embarrass you.
How would you embarrass me with your gay thoughts?
Well, I'm not. I can tell you that I sent you pictures of my butthole, and it doesn't really bother me. It seems as much as it seems to bother you, even though it's my butthole we're talking about.
No, you're the one talking about your butthole. It's your gay thoughts.
Now you are too.
No, I'm not. I've never seen it. You're talking about yourself. You can sit here and jerk yourself off there, buddy, but it's not going to make yourself look better because you sent nudes to. You accepted nudes from a 50-year-old lady that you think is gross. I mean, yeah,
she's not the only one.
So, how many people have you sent your butthole pics to?
You, Denizen, Shift.
So, what account did you send it to?
Your Discord.
So it's in the Discord?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You're going back to find them again right now. You forgot about them, huh?
Am I? You sent me butthole pics in the Discord, huh?
Mm-hmm. Not the Discord, not your Discord channel, your private Discord DMs. I wouldn't post my butthole pics in a group chat. I am more modest than that. I did just text Landry though, so we'll see if he comes back.
So here's our messages there. I know. It's like
you must have deleted them before I got a chance to look at them.
No, it's
before you pulled this up. Did you download them and delete them?
No, nothing was deleted by me. If you sent me butthole pics, I'd just delete you. But yeah, you said you sent here.
Maybe it was your email. Check the emails between us.
Your super chat last night that Jesus condemned the religious authorities more than the degenerates they condemned was on point. To paraphrase.
Thank you.
Not that I respect super chats, but I appreciate the idea. You put 100 there. Good work smashing verbal combat. You got 100 watching. He has only 64. That's insane. I put you put 100 there. You wanted this stream, So I sent you the stream. I said you requested this. YouTube brought it back. Yeah, I'm not seeing the butthole fix. I did send you this toilet thing. This is kind of like a butthole thing.
That is sort of like that
But,
has to do with buttholes for sure.
Yeah, that has to do with buttholes. We're talking about the toilet bowl stream that we did together. So you put my name on that stream. Here it is. Hater transmutation time with the machine lies, and now you're the hater.
I'm not the hater.
Interesting how that goes.
Who's the?
Yeah, you
wait a
are.
second. You just did a whole stream about me. What are you talking about?
No, I didn't. No, the whole stream was not about you.
What? It was about Wilson.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, are you on crack? So you didn't
I would
actually watch
never
the
admit
stream.
it.
So you didn't actually watch
didn't
the
watch
stream.
most of the stream. I watched a little bit of the stream. I heard Shift talk about me for a long ass time.
So you admitted now that you didn't watch the stream, and then you said the whole stream was about you. So how did you conclude that?
I told you that when we first started talking.
No, but how did
Not
you
a new
conclude that?
admission.
No, but how did you conclude that the stream was about you that you didn't watch? Are you really that retarded, or do you not hear yourself?
Let me
or-
rephrase, because the part of it I watched was about me, and I was told that the stream was about me. I was actually told that this stream was going to be about me before it fucking started.
So none of those things were true. So who told you that?
Why would I tell you that? Obviously, I don't. Obviously, you're not entitled to know who's
Your
talking.
unreliable secret sources. All
My
right, cool.
conversations with other people don't involve you. They can be about you, but they don't include.
Yeah,
you. If that person
Yeah, they just give you unreliable.
You.
Okay, stop spurging out. They just give you unreliable information about what's going on the stream here, and then there's your secret conversations about what happens on the stream that you didn't see, that you summarily conclude was about you.
Don't
Like,
leave this.
all right, bro.
After
Like,
you in this stream, leave it public so I can do a transcript search on how many times you say my name.
it is public on this channel here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying don't tamper with it because I want to search and see how many times my name is dropped.
Go ahead. Then you could say my name about how many times I said your name.
All right, I'll search them all. I'll search them both.
I know that's how this game works.
All
All right,
I'll
buddy.
resend
You got any?
butthole.
All right. Yeah, you got any closing statements?
I don't. I guess
All right.
my
You're welcome to take your time.
Can I answer? Are there any questions? Because I do feel like I was talked about a lot. Not necessarily by you so much. I mean, some by you, but
You weren't talked about. You weren't talked about. I just talked to you. So if I had anything to say,
definitely was talked about.
So what was said about you that you're so interested in?
Well, what I'm coming to do is offer to answer questions if you have any. Then that's a collective view.
I got no questions about you.
I wouldn't believe any of your answers.
So yeah, so there's two answers you get.
You couldn't get insight from just hearing whether or not you believe it, take it at face value.
No, so one person doesn't care, the other person doesn't believe you. So what do you want to do?
I mean, again, I just heard
And I asked you to give
at least half an hour talking about me. You and Denizen, not the wolf.
I did not talk about you for a half an hour. There's probably not a total of a half an hour in this entire stream that I talked about.
There is. For sure there is.
All right.
So, anyways,
it's like
I can't believe I fell asleep for the dusty portion of the show.
I know.
You didn't. You were talking to.
It's probably like 2 tweets worth of information. But yeah.
No, I meant this.
Well.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
You should sleep more.
Yeah, go wild.
All right. Well, I guess thank you for having me up.
I should sleep more. I mean, you're
no,
gonna do a
me. I
an hour.
fell asleep.
Denizen.
All right.
Okay. Bye, guys. Let's see, where'd that go? Elite Eater sends $2, says, didn't she show her cans on her live stream? On my live stream, she did, yes. Indeed, she did.
I bawled so hard they thought I was a fucking nutsack. I got so much cheese in my pocket, they thought I was a fucking calzone.
Oh, I should send that to him. You know what? I'm going to... Good idea. Damn, where'd that go? If you don't know what the reference is, this is Animancy, a treatise on the reading of the folds and wrinkles of the anus. Hold on, let me get a picture of this. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Sending it to his Discord.
Bless it.
All right. What are we going to do? What's going on in here? We're not going to watch the whole thing, but let's jump back to the beginning and skip a little bit.
The general people, like there's a lot of people who have admitted that they're into the entertainment side of things, because apparently it's living tomorrow, everyone's sorrow, modern man's daydreams have turned into nightmares. Hold on, let me reload because apparently they didn't. Right, so let me open this up for you guys. Event. I mean, and this is where we were at in the video. Is there's a right. So he's doing a stream, basically complaining about an event that occurred on a panel, on an internet panel, right? Such as this one, right, where anyone can call in, right? So he says that somebody went on one of these panels and colluded against one of his employees. Right, so he admits that this person who goes on the internet and debates is his employee, right? And he also admits that he pays for a moderator, right? So this is Android Wilson, right? He admits that he pays for a moderator.
He doesn't pay her.
Who, strangely enough, moderates in debates that he participates in. So what is his justification for doing so? Well, he says he wants to embarrass left-wing opponents, and he also says that he believes that nepotism is necessary to accomplish this. So he uses nepotism as a justification, right? So you will see that all in the first 15 minutes. We're going to play that later. We're going to watch that with, or we have watched that with Paul Enslaved and our friend, Recreational Argument.
They already reviewed this with Paul Enslaved.
So, so yeah, we'll watch some of this clip. We'll watch, I have 2 parts of it. We'll watch half of it now. I'll play some music for you guys, right? We'll discuss this or watch it, right? And we'll basically, then, just play the recording that I was referring to, and that will be the show for tonight. And then tomorrow we have our regular show, right? And yeah, go to the Wednesday night or Tuesday night show, and you'll see the topics that we're discussing there, right? It's a sort of different, right? This show will be only on Cyber Caliphate channel, 6th part. So there'll be a sort of a part 2 of this episode, share the screen and play this clip. Milligrams of THC even. So
the police will likely continue to crack down on that as they have been, thankfully, because they are blah 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 blah. These regulations and military stop. Okay, I'm taking off. Thanks for having me. Let him together. He's not listening again. Yeah. No way. Rob's punking all of us, and he's trolling. I don't know why any of you are still taking it.
That's right. What Rob did was he gave you an object lesson. All of you are fucking nobodies. This is me being arrogant. I'm going to state the objective truth. In the greater scheme of things, I'm a nobody as well. In the larger scheme of things, it's scalable. Compared to many people like Steve Crowder, I'm a nobody.
That's me.
It's all scalable.
What's that true?
It was like taking forever to load on my end. So like each segment of the screen looks like it's loading for me as if it was my stream. Like I didn't know if it was loading or not. I'm behind. Sorry.
Yeah, can you not hear it? Yeah, you guys can hear it, right?
Yeah, the audio's good.
Problem that you're experiencing around as well. But the thing that he's saying essentially is that there's a huge problem in terms of scalability, right? So he says that he's scalable to a larger audience. So compared to Rob Noor, he's somebody, right? But he's saying that compared to somebody like Steven Crowder, for example, he's nobody. So Steven Crowder is the guy who did the contest, right? He said you could draw the Prophet Muhammad, and that'd be a contest, right? Because I think some French journalist got shot, right? Charlie Hebdo. I think I'm pronouncing this correctly, right? There's a French journalist that actually got murked for drawing Muhammad or something like that. He drew like a turban with a bomb or something like that. Yeah, it's actually pretty funny. It's actually pretty funny for retards. Yeah, pretty much. Right. But especially the general people, like there's a lot of people who have admitted that they're into the entertainment side of things. Right. So Chuck in Tennessee, he regularly donates a lot of money. Right. What's Up Cynthia has worked in the adult film industry.
No,
right?
she has not. No, she has not. She worked. She managed a strip club. She did not work in adult film industry.
At a strip club, I guess, where little children were trafficked or whatever. Right.
What?
Orthodox guy
is
kind of like an entertainer on the internet, right? He told us he's kind of like an entertainer, right? And then there's Raging Tomato on the panel. Right. So he's saying that they're nobodies.
This is all entertainment, bro. This is YouTube. People come here for entertainment, sometimes instructional videos like how to install a new faucet, right? But yeah, the narcissism and hubris that people have here, where they think that they're like out here to change the world. Bro, nobody comes to YouTube looking for your cause to fall in line with. And
right,
nobody's ever been like, you know what? I really feel like changing the world. I'm going to go see who's on YouTube. It's not how that works.
Saying that he, or I think he says that he employed the Raging Tomato, right? So it is what it is.
But you're breaking laws and engaging violence. The police will likely continue to crack down on that as they have been, thankfully.
So he's watching this debate where Rob Noor stops participating in the debate, and they're watching it on their panel, reviewing the debate that they were participating in. Yeah, we got some interesting people in the chat. I appreciate you guys' entertainment for Apocalypse. What more could you want? Exactly, enigmatic. Exactly. Dogma Free was going on.
That isn't your, is it?
Huh?
Yeah,
I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, we got Mr. Minor, blessings. John, non-tent or non-tent. Yeah, it is non-tent. That is a term invented by Paul Enslaved, as well as the term panelverse. Either he invented both of those terms, or one of them, the panelverse, was invented by Illuma Dummy. Right?
Oof.
Maybe on Lauren De La Goutte.
Still botting, dude.
What the fuck?
Yeah, say something clear.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Better.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Blue Tommy's channel is down.
Again?
No. If nobody's noticed. Yeah, it's been down for a while, and he's been gone. I don't know if he deleted it.
Yeah, maybe he's on the lam. We ran into Cecil Drake. We have not seen JG. He's despondent. Right, so there's a couple of these panel guys that were here with us in the beginning. Right, of course, there's like Illuma Dummy. There was a Paul Enslaved. There was Jack Talcott. Right, maybe like We Are Awake TV. Right, those were the panelverse, and then they stole the terminology. Right, the Powder Dusty sort of stole that terminology. Right, from this cohort.
I didn't self-apply it until this incident,
where they all did interviews with Lauren De Laguna. I believe so. Right. I could be wrong, but that's when I first investigated who these people were. That's where it led me to. And she is actually the girlfriend, or she used to be the girlfriend of Martin Shkreli, the guy who bought the Wu-Tang album.
Your brother.
Ass. But she debated on the Crucible as well. Right. One of the debates that she was in is available on the Panelverse Presents. The Panelverse Presents has documented a lot of this stuff from the Crucible, right? So, anyways, it's okay. Let's go to this.
Because they are blah 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 blah. Because Robson, compared to mini scale, even following
butter people,
right? So
cloud chasing
get you the money.
Especially when they have the following that you're counting on to make you the money. You stupid fox.
So he just admitted that that following larger name people, that'll get you the money, right? So what you need to do is follow the larger name people, right? So what
Basically, clout chasing and butter people up and shit.
yeah, because you're nobody compared to somebody who has a large following. So what you really need to do in order to get money is to basically kowtow to larger groups. Like, for example, he just admitted basically that he'll kowtow to people like Steven Crowder, right? He's subservient to them because he's a nobody compared to them. So if he were to talk to somebody like that, just as if he were to talk to these people, right? We should all be subservient. Like when I kicked him from the panel that day, right? Because he asked $800 to show up on the panel, and then I just kicked him. Right? What are you doing here?
Oh yeah.
You're either wasting your time or wasting my time or wasting your money, by your own, estimations. So I just kicked him, right? But we're nobodies, so we should entertain him and kowtow to him so that we can make money. So that's his opinion so far, and that's what these people should have done, right? But he platforms these guys, right? So he wanted them to make money when he platformed them, right? So he's in a. He kind of says during this that he's in a. His goal is to promote people that promote his bottom line, and promoting the people that will make him money, right? So he's very clear about that, right? And the tool that he is going to employ to do that is nepotism, right? Including buying moderators for channels to participate in the debates. All right. Oh yeah, I can't click on it. Oh yeah, I can't. Wait, how do I click? Oh yeah, it's on the tab here. Sorry about that.
Like tomorrow, but
so he said. So somebody declares a chat revolt. I guess that means that if a bunch of people have negative comments in the chat, back and see what else he said.
He's very defensive of his position there. He's very he's trying to take it from the chat. They're trying to take it from the stream, the panel versus coming at him.
The chat revolt. I mean, it is a daunting issue. You see like 3 guys going at you in the chat. It is like, if you notice it is kind of weird. It's like, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of like, are these collaborators? Right? Are these 3 men collaborating? I mean, I don't know. But of course, yeah, chat revolt. Powerful terminology.
I know he doesn't. It's your channel, but he's not. Yeah, I'm not trying to make favorites at all. No, I know, but he's being. This is high school drama. My suggestion is that you leave.
You do drama when it involves you.
Here very much. Occasionally, I do when it involves me. My suggestion.
So I think that's legitimate, right? You do drama when it involves you, right? So yeah. So this is just an interesting merger between this show here, right? And of course he's focused on Andrew Wilson for the past week, so he's clout chasing with Andrew Wilson, the powder dusty.
Oh yeah, 100%. Dude. He was hoping to get in with Rob Moore to begin with, then that backfired on him. Now he's kind of scrambling, like, can I figure out how to make this work?
Yeah, let's see his channel because I believe it's like the last 6 or 7 episodes. It's like the same thing. So
yeah, even to this day, yeah, that's all he still has to talk about. Yeah.
So either it's gay ops or let me see. Okay, so right now he's on the Raging Tomato.
It's definitely gay ops.
So right now he's on the Raging Tomato.
And basically, you have no other people to be around, so their personality.
Didn't talk about me at all, huh?
Beings.
Didn't say a word.
And Marathon Kev wanted to say to Chuck loves bringing up chocolate starfish. Chuck. Go ahead, Dusty.
Addiction is something else that I'm told stagnates your device.
So he's talking about addiction.
He says, "I'm told."
Right. But I think in the past he's admitted that he has some drug addiction. So okay, so let's go to his channel. So that's the Raging Tomato and the Powder Dusty, right? That is their shows, right?
So
Mod Monday debate is casual sex ruining society. I'm pretty sure that's a review of a Crucible debate, right? This Crash Out Buddies.
No, that
Runaway
was
Rob.
debate.
That's his name for Rob Noor. Runaway Rob. So he claims that Rob Noor is afraid to debate him. Right? He claimed yesterday that I was afraid to debate him too. So
I am also afraid to debate him.
I didn't say that about either of them.
The other day I was on Landry's panel having a conversation with Joe Cool, like a cat. We were actually having a good conversation, Joe Cool and I. And he paid $20 to kick me for no reason.
Well,
what the fuck, dude?
Well,
you weren't having a good conversation. You were being.
A lot of people are scared to according to the Powder Dusty / Flow State, right? Some people call him Slow State. Some people call him Flow Steam, right? And there's different characterizations.
I prefer heavy flow,
right? But
looks like we just got a Mater raid. Welcome, Mater Raiders. Welcome to my humble abode. I'm the Powder Dusty, or a Flow State, or Taylor. Call me whatever you want. And what I am reviewing right now is people basically just talking shit about me. One of my favorite things to do is suck up the loosh off of my haters. So that's just what we're doing now. Playing it by ear. May open the panel in a little bit if if the donos move right, but right now just chilling, playing back something. This stream that I'm watching is from earlier tonight. It just ended, I believe. I did go over there a few minutes ago. So yeah, anyways, have a seat, hit the like, subscribe, stay a while, chat, meet your homies, super chat, and then if y'all want a open panel, let me know. And Sarah, I'll shoot you a link in case you want to join. I know you just got done with a long ass stream, but it'll be there if you want it. Thank you for the raid.
But basically, he claims that me and Rob Noah and many people are afraid to debate him. Right. So this is his claim. Right. So he claims that he is a
That was
master
not
debater.
my claim.
Right. This is the claim that he's made. So
I mean, I do actually stand by that, but I've never made that claim. But I do believe that to be the case.
So we can't look at what's in the rest of these. Right. Rob Noah is hiding from the Powder Dusty. One of them is just called Rob Noah is hiding from the Powder Dusty. One of them is called Jim Bob pulls a Rob Noah.
Yeah. Which is when you are on a debate and then you crash out and run away.
So that's almost 2 weeks ago. Are Mormons Christian? I believe that's Jim Bob on that stream. Right.
That was before the fallout.
2 weeks ago. Rob Noah, Raging Tomato, Redemption Arc. 2 weeks ago, Cuck Hunt, the Crucible Crew edition. With Andrew Wilson on the thumbnail. Yesterday he appeared with Andrew Wilson on the avatar. On his avatar. So he's really going in on the there's a bunch of characters that are orbiters of Andrew Wilson. Right? Like Grid One,
Motorsports.
Kinetic Cal. Abe Dinkus, Speak Easy. Right, lower class. Oh, whoops, I'm sharing this again. So those would be Andrew Wilson. So
and this dude was literally just said to my face that he didn't talk about me during this stream. Bro.
Sort of like orbiter guys, right? That sort of grift off of, like, they just review Andrew Wilson and they talk about him a lot and they go on the debate shows that he's associated with. And I'm pretty sure that Emmett and Grace Thorpe and
smoke him if you got him.
They're associated. They go on modern, like they were on.
That reminds me, I've got some speakeasy content that I haven't even watched all myself yet, but Grace, it's old shit. If anybody saw the short I made, I don't know, a month or so ago, where Speakeasy said that he would suck Destiny's dick. If that was clipped out of the middle of what's like an hour-long shit show with Easy. I haven't even seen the whole thing, but I have been meaning to review it at some point. And since Grace was in it back then, I meant to reach out to her and see if she wanted to join for a review. Grace, if you're listening, let me know.
Modern day debate. Andrew Wilson appeared on the Orthodox guy stream, who's on this panel that he's reviewing.
Suggestion is that you don't bitch about it, you just leave. That's my suggestion. Maybe you would prefer to watch the No King's Day coverage tomorrow. But you're never going to lead a chat revolt. Many have tried, and all of you have failed. You're never going to be like, I'm out of here, guys. Can you believe that Andrew's talking about drama? Come on, guys. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, no. I'll be left with like 6,000 other live debate after Rob Studios, whose numbers are...
Swapperoo.
I mean, this is crazy, like, to think that nobody can take 6,000 viewers away from you. Right. Probably YouTube can. Right.
Well,
so
of course YouTube can.
I don't know. At the very least, there's executives where if you talk about the wrong things, if the wrong associations, right, even off of YouTube, right, they could probably take away the channel.
Yeah, no shit.
So I don't know. So nobody can take away your 6,000 viewers. Well, these people can't, definitely, probably not. With their collective forces, right?
Yeah, come on, guys. We're leaving. Get the fuck out of here. Go.
Yeah, exactly. The power of the panelverse. Right? And then he says, fuck the panelverse. So, yeah. So that's the title of the stream, fuck the panelverse, because this is what he says, quote unquote.
The chat won't slow down an iota, and the super chats will keep raining, you little fucking piss ants. You little fucks. You think this chat doesn't know me inside? Now they know me better than you could ever imagine. They tune in all the time, listen to my takes constantly because of my extraordinary good looks and humbleness.
Yeah, did you guys see that, or should I,
king crushing chat
should I pull it up?
He literally has a crown. Yes. I welcome
Maybe I
him.
should pull it
All
up.
it does is make, anytime someone tries to lead a chat revolt, all that happens is I make more money. Come on, guys, let's go play some stickball. That's right. That's right. I got 5 on it. Did that guy ever get his tooth fixed? I don't think he did. I don't think he did. That people can go back to the beginning. So.
There was like a naked picture of like, I don't know if you guys caught that. He like switched the screen, and there was this.
I'll repeat myself. This one.
I don't know if you
contacted. Come on, guys, let's go play some stickball. That's right. That's right. I got 5 on it. Did that guy ever get his tooth fixed? I don't think he did. I don't think he did. What the hell is happening in any context? Mr. E for this one, allow the rewind button so that people can go back to the beginning so I don't have to constantly repeat myself. This one.
I don't know if you guys caught that. He like switched the screen, and there was this, like a naked picture of like a Star Trek character.
Is Star Wars? Is this? Is hold on a second. Goddamn, TML doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Wildly inaccurate about things. Here, it's a background. It's a background. See, it's a background of Princess Leia and R2D2. The naked picture. Did you see that?
Whatever. Like that's pretty strange.
No, I'm totally
Wait, what?
You guys gonna see that?
Oh Jesus!
No, Princess Leia. No.
Right. That's right. I got 5 on it. Did that guy ever get his tooth fixed? I don't think he did.
That's an Orthodox Christian background you got there.
What is he talking about? Did that guy get his tooth fixed?
No, it's not.
No idea.
So, people are donating to insult people. Is that what he's trying to say? So that solves what exactly? I don't understand. The chat revolt problem. So
Why would he care if he's making money?
Okay, so what solves the chat revolt is if people donate and insult the people who are chat revolting.
I don't think he did. What the hell is happening in any context? Mr. E for this one, allow the rewind button so that people can go back to the beginning so I don't have to constantly repeat myself. This one will likely stay posted.
Out of making people.
So how's it a joke? You think it's a lie?
No, I think that you think that it's a joke, but you realize that it's fucking stupid, and so now you're trying to be like, it can't be a joke, but it's boring.
It was a true thing. It was a true.
Now this is troll number 1, what you're seeing here, that we sent over to troll Rob
It's
North.
so great that Landry goes over there and gets painted as troll number 1.
So what he's saying is that this is part of a greater performance, right? That they're doing this so that they could review this. So he's saying that this is part of a larger performance where people are playing different characters, and Landry's a character, right? He's definitely a troll, right?
Before we get into the conspiracy theory,
subscribe.
Let's take a look at this.
You would prefer to suck Destiny's dick over my dick, correct?
Yeah, if I had to.
Okay, and what is it about Destiny's dick that is more appealing than my dick?
Well, you know, first off, the chick that he's with is bad as fuck, right? So like, I think if he smelt, she wouldn't be with him, and like it's been confirmed all over that you stank. So like, if I had,
Okay, so Destiny's dick would smell better than my dick. Okay,
if I'm already gonna suffer by sucking dick, I'm gonna at least make sure it smells right.
Okay, so you prefer a good smelling dick?
Too. You probably got a little dong, eh? So I'm gonna give the champion.
You like a big clean dick.
I'm gonna give the champion what he deserves. Yeah.
You would.
I'm gonna give the champion what he deserves. Yeah, I'll put the link to this in my in the chat here. AJ, I heard what your piece of shit scumbag ass had to say. I heard what's his name, Shift. That guy Shift, and then I heard you agree with everything he said. You're right. You're gonna catch shit for it. You've got a $50 bond. Yeah, no. See, there is winning. The way that you win on these is you be your own person and you don't get swayed. You don't be a piece of shit that just slides back and forth depending on who you're talking to. That's all you got to do. Find your square and stand in it. You don't know where you're square. I'm bonded out. Yeah. What did AJ say? Here, we can pull it up. We can pull it up. AJ's not bonded out. I have not received $50.
Gets higher for people like you in these situations.
Yeah, because we could talk about the flow state optics because he's had some very strange optics throughout the years. I mean, you know, just his general trajectory, right? Let me see who this person is. Right up. Yeah, Green. Yeah, what's going on?
Yo, blessings, T-Mal.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum, man. What's going on?
I'm just chilling, man. I mean, yeah, flow state. I mean, I knew ever since like I was part
Your account is hidden on the channel, AJ. You know where the Cash App is.
Based Oracle's panel at one point, and then when Flow State came on, I just knew he was a piece of garbage from day one. Like I just knew it. You know, I was the one that told Gabriel to go to your channel first.
Now, to be clear, I don't know who this guy is talking about. His name's Shift. I don't know I don't think I've ever talked to him. If I have, he was not notable.
Flow State, he's just not a good guy. I mean,
he's
he was
behind
in
my head.
prison.
Hold on.
All right, so already he's a criminal, and you know, once a criminal, always a criminal. And now he's basically getting enjoyment off of people's misery. And to me, he's a giant piece of shit. Andrew Wilson, Rob Norr, all these guys, they're not for truth. They're here to grift losers on YouTube that are depressed, that have mental disorders, some type of psychosis, right? And he knows that. He knows that. Look at his fucking audience. You got Cynthia, Chuck. Chuck is sending hundreds and hundreds of dollars instead of taking care of his wife and his family. He's sending to fucking Flow State. You got to be fucking kidding me. It's an absolute fucking travesty. And there's a bunch of other suckers, and it's not just this little paniverse. It's in other genres of YouTube. You got the finance sector. There's too many fucking idiots giving money to these people that are not credible.
Why are people?
And it's just like a formation of cults, pretty much. It's like people want to be led and give money to their follower.
What?
Go ahead.
Number one, I think you have my StreamYard link pinned in your chat.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, I do
'cause
still.
I kept trying to click it and I was like, why does it keep taking? I thought I was messing up on my end. I was like, why does it keep taking me back to my own panel? And there's actually a couple people hanging out back there. I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on? And then I just went to your direct text and I was like, okay, this is the only way in. But yeah, so you can solve that problem. And I missed what AJ said because I was too busy going back and forth between my own damn panel.
So, so he hasn't said. Basically, this guy, Shift, who I don't know. I don't think I've ever talked to this guy, but he's got a lot of words to say about me. And then at the end, AJ is going to agree with him. So I was starting with what Shift had.
And think that they're going to go to the promised land. And next thing you know, they forked up like hundreds and thousands of dollars to this person, and they got nothing in return. And years go by, and their life didn't improve. You know that.
You guys cooking, dude. I'm not gonna lie, you're cooking, brother.
Yeah, I mean, this is why you need to get away from these people. Fuck Flow State. Fuck Sarah. Sarah's a piece of fucking dog shit. All right. The reason why I know this much, right? Because I actually study with a real finance expert. But the thing about this guy, you know the movie The Big Short, guys? You know that movie The Big Short? That talked about the crisis?
Yeah, Adam McKay, the 2008 crash. Yeah.
Well, that movie is actually a fabrication. The real guy that actually wrote about the financial crisis, wrote it in a book in 2006. And the media had ostracized him big time. They didn't let him get any airtime. And the reason why, you know, is all because he wouldn't bow down to Israel. They asked him, you know, like Bloomberg asked him, like, you know, they wanted to put him on Bloomberg for an interview because the book was really that good. It talked about China trade wars and all this other stuff, right? He predicted basically the crash in 2006.
Are we sure AJ's not like being agreeable, like in a funny way? Like, yeah, keep cooking. You know what I mean? To keep him going.
I mean, that's why I'm playing it, so that people can make their own decisions.
Oh, wait, what's he talking shit in the chat for here?
You know, they asked him.
I haven't read what he's talking. I just blocked him.
Oh, I mean, I'm not mad at you, AJ. I mean, I haven't heard everything, but I'm certainly not mad. But I'm just by the way that sounded of him, like, yeah, keep on cooking. It just sounded to me like he was provoking Shift to say, like,
Sure.
go ahead, keep digging yourself.
At this point, he's done nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know, how do you like Israel? And he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm an American. And next thing you know, he got ostracized by the entire industry. And he talks about it constantly, how YouTube is a giant portal for scam artists, cold formations. You know, the whole thing is designed, you know.
Real quick, this comment, AJ said, LMFAO, all I've done for Flo is stick up for him. But every time I speak up for us, I have to choose sides. You guys are pulling a crucible. How do I win on these panels that hate you? I've said this a bazillion times to a bazillion people. I don't expect anybody to take up my fight for me. You can go wherever the fuck you want. But if you start talking shit about me, right, you could have just kept your fucking mouth shut. Oh my God, I do sound like Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, here's what I think. Here's a better dynamic that'll fit in with both worlds. AJ, you can certainly talk shit, okay? but Flo would also have the right to talk shit back. Now, does that mean you hate each other? No, I don't believe that's the case. But I don't think he's chastising you. You have a $50 bond, which somebody's probably, I know a particularly cute, adorable tomato who really likes to help people out, when it's needed. But you just have a bond. It's not that bad. And to me, so far, I haven't heard you say anything that's like horrible. So far, you've just told the guy to keep cooking.
Yeah, I agree.
But we're not
Not for
pulling a
truth,
crucible. I apologize. Go ahead.
but rather just to sequester people into buying their useless courses, their useless programs, or even subscribing to their useless culture of drama and bickering. And the algorithm reinforces that. And then next thing you know, what they do is like all these top level grifters, right? They form syndicates with each other because they know these idiots are going to keep watching nonstop of their fucking garbage content. So they try to form this LARP sessions, or they try to form basically these stories of like how to get them to buy their courses and how everything's so great. And it's in all sectors of YouTube, man. It's like this is the only real community that actually talks really advanced stuff in philosophy, theology, and Machine Lies does it pretty much for free. That's why I respect him so much.
Yeah,
Okay?
Punjabi bros never ask me for money. I don't even know if he's Punjabi, but I call him Punjabi bro all the time because it's not about
Yeah, absolutely.
the way of
Yeah,
life. The way of
yeah,
life.
bro.
Can you slow
Yeah,
it
bro.
down
Absolutely.
for me? Just
Yeah,
just a nudge. Thank you. And back it up like 10 seconds.
I'm from Chief.
It's not about. Yeah, it's
Okay?
Punjabi.
Machine Lies does it pretty much for free. That's why I respect him so much.
Yeah, it's
Okay?
Punjabi bros never ask me for money. I don't even know if he's Punjabi, but I call him Punjabi bro all the time because it's not about.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
The way of
Yeah.
life. The way of
Yeah,
life.
bro. Yeah, bro. I'm absolutely Punjabi. I'm from Chichavatni. From I mean, I was born in Rawalpindi. So it is what it is.
I remember now. You're right. It's been years since you told me. God bless you, brother.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely Punjabi.
But honestly, I'm gonna let my brother Shift keep cooking because I'll say this much, dude, and I'm probably gonna get so much shit for it, but I don't care, dude. It's whatever. This chapter's over with. I respect and agree with everything Shift said. It's just it's gonna be hard for me genuinely to like cut off these people when I'm on YouTube, especially like as far as like just lives and going on panels. So I'm gonna have to work on that. But I respect what you said, bro, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. And I am complicit too because you can't participate and know and be abstained from the guilt. So this is why we're having this conversation. So shout out to you, Shift and Machine Lights, brother. I gotta get ready for bed, man. You know how it is. The weekend's gonna be a big one for me.
Yeah, blessings on me. Yeah, thank you for joining. Yeah, I appreciate you.
And all of you guys that in Punjabi, that means may God give you all blessings and health. God bless you guys, man.
Yeah,
Peace.
man. Yeah, man. Same with you, brother. Yeah.
Peace.
So I think you're probably
It looks like Brown. Other
joining at the beginning, which is when Shift does his best cooking.
Mm-hmm.
blessings, Steve Al.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Yeah, man. What's going on?
Very good song.
Yeah.
And just chilling, man. I mean, yeah, Flow State. I mean, I knew ever since like I was part of Based Oracle's panel at one point, and then when Flow State came on, I just knew he was a piece of garbage from day one. Like I just knew it. I was the one that told Gabriel to go to your channel first. But Flow State, he's just not a good guy. I mean, he was in prison. All right, so already he's a criminal, and once a criminal, always a criminal. And now he's basically getting enjoyment off of people's misery. And to me, he's a giant piece of shit. Andrew Wilson, Rob Norm, all these guys, they're not for truth. They're here to grift losers on YouTube that are depressed, that have mental disorders, some type of psychosis, right? And he knows that. He knows that. Look at his fucking audience. You got Cynthia, Chuck, Chuck is sending hundreds and hundreds of dollars instead of taking care of his wife and his family. He's sending to fucking Flow State. You got to be fucking kidding me. It's an absolute fucking travesty.
Can I
And
pause?
there's a bunch of other suckers, and it's not just this little paniverse.
One thing I notice, and maybe I'm, I don't know, on a soapbox of something we've already kind of stated before, but if people choose to send in donations, that's their choice, right? Now, one thing I've noticed is that people who don't receive donations or are not monetized, they tend to, for some reason, get upset at people who do receive donations. I find it to be that people are very kind and they enjoy the entertainment provided and they would like to donate to keep that kind of stuff going. But I don't like to get mad at, or not necessarily mad at Chuck, but to drag Chuck into this and bring him down because he sends you donations. I mean, Chuck is also an avid participant and contributor to panels as well. This is his home. You know, he's kind of like paying the utility bill of his home just the same.
Yeah, I mean, and so I said this. I don't know if you heard. I don't know this Shift guy.
I
I don't think I've ever talked to him.
Is
But
he
regardless,
shifty?
he seems like it. He seems very pocket watchy. He probably watching now. Like he definitely is a hate watcher.
Well, maybe
But
he
this is
should
all
come join us
this
if
is all
he's
part of the
watching.
cooking session that AJ's like, I totally agree with, right? At the end.
Well, I'm trying to figure out AJ. I wonder if there's some weird guilt because he did, continuously
Why
apologize. Because he
why
was
are
one
you
of
trying to figure him out though? Like
no,
that's
no, no.
that's
Hold
not
on,
anyone's
hold on, hold on,
responsibility.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
Mhm.
Like, I'm wondering if he's like in some kind of weird state because obviously there's a great divide going on right now, and we're seeing that in real time, right? Even we're seeing the Crucible people be divided up, and we're seeing Panelverse people be divided up, and I think AJ is kind of caught between the sides here, and I think maybe he feels pressure to choose. But with that also because he was one of the people who went over to Rob's show. So in order to still be accepted by one side, he just has to hate the other.
But he doesn't have to. That's not
But
anything
that's
I've
what
ever
he
put on him.
thinks. That's what, because
But
he
see,
fucked up and that's what he
uh-huh.
thinks.
So this is why I was starting to say just a minute ago, like, why are we doing the work to justify his bullshit?
Well, that's what I do. That's what moms do.
Okay,
Yeah. You're not where I'm at, but that's what moms do.
correct.
Yeah. And you're the mean one.
It's in other
That's true.
Mhm.
genres of YouTube. You got the finance sector. There's too many fucking idiots giving money to these people that are not credible, right? And it's just like a formation of cults, pretty much. It's like people want to be led and give money to their follower and think that they're gonna go to the promised land, and next thing you know, they forked up like hundreds and thousands of dollars to this person, and they got nothing in return, and years go by, and their life didn't improve. You know that.
You guys
and flo-
cooking, dude. I'm not gonna lie, you're cooking, brother.
yeah, I mean, and this is why you need to get away from these people. Fuck Flow State. Fuck Sarah. Sarah's a piece of fucking dog shit. All right. The reason why I know this much, right? Because um, I actually study with a real finance expert. But the thing about this guy, you know the movie The Big Short, guys? You know that movie The Big Short?
All right, so you heard this
That
part,
talked about
right?
the crisis?
Yeah.
You're in trouble.
So
You know
how
about
does this guy even
guy's-
know us?
He's apparently a hate watcher.
I mean,
Right.
I the name Shift sounds familiar, but I've probably like
I've seen it around in chat, but
Right.
it was a non thing. Like he's a non thing.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had him on, or at least if he is, he wasn't memorable. But like, how can he talk so much about us when he's never even actually, he's just watching, right?
I
Like,
mean, you don't have to talk to somebody if you observe them long enough. You can get a good gauge on who they are, and if he thinks we're a piece of shit, that's fine. Like he's absolutely
well,
entitled to
yeah.
that. I don't know Shift. I don't give a fuck about Shift. I did actually enjoy feeding off the negative energy that Shift has provided me so far.
Mhm. Yeah,
But,
no, I know this is your world.
but AJ is a disappointment. So
Yeah, I'm really sad. That really hurts because
Mhm.
AJ always he always spoke very highly of us. He always love bombs us whenever he's on panels with us. And it's always fun messing around with him on panel and stuff. I think it's enjoyable. So I don't know where the shift happened. I don't know why he went that direction, but I'm just in my brain, it's like being in high school, right? And you get invited to the cool kids lunch table, and they start talking shit about your friends that you were hanging out with, and you just kind of join in because you think that you have to do that to be able to stay at that table. And I get it. I'm not mad at it, but an apology would be great. And $10,000.
oh shit, I was muted. Yeah, I mean that's possible, but I don't give a fuck what his reason is, right? Like
Yeah,
he can explain it if
yeah.
he wants to, but I'm not doing the mental work to try to invent a reason for him. Here's the facts.
Mhm.
We're all adults. He's an adult. He behaved like a child. And that's on him entirely, right?
Well, why
It's
don't
not on
we,
me to try to invent a reason for him.
AJ? Why don't you come up and talk to us?
Well, he's blocked.
Blocked in the chat or blocked on StreamYard?
Blocked in the chat, bonded on panel.
Well, at least give him the opportunity to explain himself, and then if you don't like his reason, then bond him.
I feel yeah. I mean, I don't even know if he's still here. I don't have a way to get a hold of him.
AJ,
I feel like he ought to pay the bond to have the opportunity to explain himself.
well, I think being in the chat is a privilege, right? But I don't think he needs to pay to explain himself. I think you should ask for an answer first, right? And then if he pisses you off even more, then bond him. But I mean, think about in my position with everything with the Crucible, Rob and Andrew stuff. Like, if they had come to me and said, "Hey, Sarah, what was up with this?" I would have fixed it. I would have remedied it, right? But the fact that they just went nuclear makes me say, no, I don't think so. I'm not going to tell you shit. Like, I'm not going to work with you, or like in any aspect of an apology or whatever. And so, don't be like them. Be more like me and say, AJ, come on up, explain yourself. Let's remedy the situation, and then we'll move forward. And then you can decide with an educated, you've been informed, you've given him the opportunity, and then if you're still pissed off, then fuck him, right? But I feel like he might be able to come up and actually offer some explanation, and you guys can actually work this out.
All right, he has a temporary furlough. If he's down there, he can grab that link quickly.
You love mine.
If you're not AJ, don't bother. Yeah, 10,000.
I will help mediate, AJ. It's okay. And no, 10,000 is a total joke, by the way. I wouldn't do that to someone.
Right.
But yeah, AJ, I think you should come up and just talk it out. I will help keep Flow State from being too mean to you. But I think you have every right to explain yourself. And even if it's to say, I fucking hate you, then I think that works too.
He has no right to explain himself. That's the reality. But you've convinced, you furloughed him. What's up, Judas?
No, dude, here's what's annoying. You're not playing the beginning where all I did was say I see all of you equally as people who let me on, be crazy and spurg, and I'm just not for the drama. And you're going to call me Judas now when you've always said, oh, you're conscious hijacking the stream and talking about God. Dude, I tried to back you with these people, and they've put me in a corner. So what am I going to do? Just get shamed out of the panel? I'm not that invested.
How
man.
many
I don't
times
wanna
do I have to
fight
tell
these
people that nobody needs to take up my fights for me?
Flo likes
that's
to.
the thing,
Flo, hold on. And I'll even say this, AJ. Flo loves to fight his own fights. You guys, so all you have to do is just report back. You can even just stay quiet on panel. Don't feel. I mean, you're welcome to take up my battles for me because I'm a girl and I love that. But Flo's a man. He doesn't want another man fighting his fight on his
Right,
behalf.
but here's the crazy part, right? How many times have I asked for Flo to email me or take my personal down and he won't? Now I'm supposed to, anytime, I said this earlier in the stream that he's only playing the little convenient parts the snakes in the grass sent him, right? The beginning, not the 30 minutes of me fucking backing up Speakeasy, Sarah, you, all these people that have treated me equally regardless of your guys' drama. You didn't play any of that shit, but you're calling me Judas. Dude, I can't jump on your guys' panels where you're making money, the business that you've modeled, that you've created, that I respect, that I always tout you deserve to promote. I can't jump on there and be like, hey, can I talk about this drama that I feel really guilty for? Yes, Sarah, I feel like shit. You know how I am. There's the link. I'm going to jump on there, do my thing. Had I known that that was such an intricate issue, I would have fucking stayed out of it. Hindsight is 20.
Nobody knew it was intricate because it should not have been. It
was.
wasn't that intricate.
Hold on, AJ.
And I feel like we gave them the reason.
Okay. Number one, even if Flo gave you his email, He sucks at checking his email. I can tell you that for a fact. He will not check his email except for once like a month when I remind him, hey, I think somebody probably emailed you, by the way. Even at that, that doesn't work. So direct contact with him is very, very tough to come by. Okay. Sometimes I feel blessed if he even responds. But number two, it's okay. Like even if you sat on this panel and said even fought the fight and said, you know, I like everybody in this space, yada yada yada. Like we don't have to have you like tell us anything or jump on a panel and be like, oh my god, this drama's happening. There's that's a something that's sitting on your shoulders that doesn't need to sit there. You don't have to carry that weight.
No, Sarah, I get that, and I heard you. Like genuinely, I appreciate both of you. I appreciate both of your everybody's perspectives. But this isn't a high school thing for me. I've clowned Andrew and the Crucible since day one, even before all of this fallout. It's not when it's clowning, it's clowning. When I want to talk about the Illuminati and God, if it's allowed, I do it. But the reality is, when this all happened, it really fucked with me because I'm sorry. I didn't like that there was all this time spent on building something and then it just got burned over something as stupid as not just myself, but multiple people going over to this oversensitive fuck faces fucking channel. Had I known that that would have been the outcome, I would have avoided it because it's been something I've had, it's been invading my daily life, like thinking about all this. Of course, I back you guys on this, but now it's like, oh, Flo's a bad guy and oh, they're all bad guys too. And what am I supposed to do? Sit here and be like, I'm going to argue with you for 2 hours. Like, I'm too old for this shit. So I'm like, whatever, you're cooking. I'm fucking out. I agree. Like, what am I supposed to do? It's the internet, you know? And
You don't have to do anything, AJ. Like I said, Flo will fight his own fights, and probably most of mine for me too. Thank you, Flo. But you listen, I don't want you to feel in the middle of anything. You know, you are always welcome over to my show. I'm not sure about Dusty right now. There might be a bond. But you are always welcome in our space, and we don't hold that territory that other channels do. So you are welcome and free to move about the country and Panelverse on your leisure without feeling any guilt on our end. If other people make you feel that way, I'm going to apologize because I think that's shitty, but you don't have to do that. Not at least not on our behalf.
No,
Now, if again,
appreciate you.
I said, if you do talk shit about Dusty, he will do exactly what he's doing now, and he will combat that, and that is up for you to speak to. But
okay, but no, that's what I'm saying though. This is what I mean. I don't know if Machine Lies is going to delete his tweet now. This is what's so annoying about this. Like you said, Sarah, all I've ever done is love bomb you guys. Now I'm the enemy too. Like, make the math make sense.
You're not the enemy. You're not the enemy.
But the reality is, I
Because bad
literally
people
was
love
on
bomb
there
people.
saying that you're a self-admitted grift artist. You call yourself a drama slut. And I respect it because I've been had a show. If I was a liar, you guys would call me out. I've been had a show. I got 3 strikes. I had way more subscribers than a lot of these channels that think they're hot shit. So it's like, I love what you guys do, and every single position any host or creator or panelist takes, I'm always there for it because I'm like, dude, this is cool. I can't do this anywhere else. This is a special aspect of technology that humans are taking advantage of. Everyone has opinions. I just don't want to be the guy that's like caught up fucking on one side or the other, because none of you people are evil to me. You're just human beings trying to get by. Like, nothing on YouTube's ever going to hurt me to where I have to be like, I hate that person. However, I digress. Other people feel that way. So I would prefer not to get pulled into it, Flo. And if you're mad at me about it, dude, I respect you. It is what it is. I've always called you big bro. And Sarah, I appreciate you for saying
I
I'm
didn't
always
pull
loud,
you
but
into
it's
shit.
like,
You walked into that.
what am I supposed to do? That I've known that guy since I've known you,
What
bro. He's
every single
Punjabi.
other person did there, which was just say fucking nothing.
Okay, but what am I? The guy named Shift, who you don't know, He has no relevance. Why should I give him any attention? I agreed with
He
what he
doesn't
said.
have relevance. You
Okay.
did have relevance.
Okay, but what did he say that was wrong? He said that people are wasting their time on energy and bullshit that is just not evolving them, and they should be discussing more enlightening information. Do I agree? Do I agree with how he feels about you guys?
I see where the
No.
mix up is. I think you were telling him he was cooking on one topic, but Flo is mixing it in with the other 75% of that topic. I
Right, but
think
it's like
that's
somebody
what
in
it
the
is.
chat just said, "Why not leave the panel?" Like a lot of these people saying,
No,
"Fight."
I don't think you have
then
to.
Machine Lies is
panel.
mad
I
at
don't
me.
even
Now
give a
I'm
fuck.
Judas to him.
No,
Like,
hold on, stop,
what the
stop,
fuck?
stop, stop.
What is going on here?
Hold
Is
on,
this
AJ.
fucking the NBA? I got to pick a jersey.
And AJ,
No, you don't. That's
Hold
what the fuck I'm telling you.
hold on, AJ. No, I don't think you needed to leave that panel at all. Just the same as I don't think I needed to leave Flo's panel that night. This is almost the same situation, just switched around. Okay, I think you were perfectly fine hanging out there. I'm wondering it now if maybe we could replay the tape because you were telling Shift he was cooking and you were speaking to
Yeah, that was like an hour after I was on the panel, Sarah. There was a guy named Dennison literally questioning my integrity when I was in the chat while they were talking about me on Rob Noor's panel, okay? He's one of the guys I'm subscribed to, so I see my goofy ass with the cowboy hat on, and I'm like, oh God, here we go. Now I'm getting pulled into this shit. They're talking about how Machine Lies is like, oh, Punjabi bro, he's not really a troll. He shows up every now and then. There's more on flows than others. So they're like, they got all these opinions, and I'm in the chat saying, dude, I think everybody's a good person. I don't judge any of these people. Like, literally, all the people you guys have beef with, each and every single one, I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, if I can jump on the stream and talk and get booted or whatever, it's all love. I don't have an issue with anybody. I think it's all entertainment and fun. This guy Dennison's like, well, how can you say Sarah and Flo are good people and claim you're about God and family? Right? So I'm like, give me fucking 20 minutes and I'll jump on that bitch. I just got home. I jumped on it. I spent like a fucking hour talking to Machine Lies and Dennison and Lone Wolf. And then this guy's Shift pulled up to start dragging you guys. And shortly after I left, after I said he's cooking and I agree, like, did I not use the same tactic with Rob Noor? Like, I made him feel comfortable and then just flipped and went, fuck you, you fat motherfucker. It's like, dude, Flo, this shit's just hurting me, dude. Like, I'm not trying to be involved in all this, man. And if you think I fucked up today, I'll go back and think about it and spend some time evaluating it. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I don't need
can't
you to
hear
do
you,
that
dog.
shit.
I can't hear you.
Why? Can you hear me?
You can't
Oh,
hear
fuck, I
because
can't
you're
hear
so
both of you.
loud, AJ.
Son of a bitch.
Can you hear everybody now?
Jesus.
That was loud.
The fuck is he doing?
The whole reason I'm saying they're good people in my book is, like I've told you, Machine Lies, when you lie, you get caught up, right? I used to have a channel. I've told you many times on COVID and shit. Like, I lost it, the 3 strikes. I used to have an open panel. So I've been a big fan of yours because it was always focused on the truth, people debating about what, our reality is, God, all these things. And so I lost my channel and I had quite a few subscribers, way more than a lot of these hosts. So I jumped on these panels trying to, like you said, you orated it perfectly. I try to spread my message when I'm allowed to. And most of the time, because of these grifts that these channels are doing, or like the religious agenda they have, I don't get far, But as far as Flo, Sarah, Machine Lies, if I name other names, I'm probably going to piss people off because people are so jaded with so many content creators. Anyone who's allowed me to jump on and just talk my shit and like get a nice reaction going, I've always respected those people. And that specific night, it was like I've tried to talk about this with Flo on Sarah's. There's always something going on. So like they have their thing going on. I don't want to just jump in and be like, can I explain what happened that night from my perspective? That's stupid. So I'm glad you were talking about it today when I logged on and happened to like rewind a few minutes and see, my face on there. I was like, oh my God. And then you guys were talking about me. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. I can go on. This is why I believe in God. Oh, this is perfect. I can go on. This is why I believe in God, man. God makes everything happen for a reason. I was just in the private chat that night on the panel doing the same shit I always do, have a few drinks. It's my night off. I'm not practicing. So it's like I'm kicking it, done my family time. And this, like any other drama, Flo's always covering. We know Flow State. We all know him. It was just another night of drama from my novice perspective. So I'm like, oh, So, oh, they're beefing with Andrew. Like I always knew Flo never liked the Crucible guys. They don't, you know, there's these liberal conservative beliefs. They always clash, right? But I'm very non-biased from my culture and perspective. I think everyone's like, you know, it's cool. I'm never going to fit in with you guys. So why should I judge any of you? I'm in my own lane, you know? And I see them going, oh, go over there. Go over there. My drunk ass is like, all right, cool. Pop the link in. Dude, I don't even know this guy. I've never seen him before. I'm on their line. Like, dude, I'm a big fan. I watch you all the time, sir. You know, I'm doing that stupid little, you know, shtick, right? Being a little comedian. And after I got that over with, after I left, people in the chat were going, oh, he let him off easy. And I regret going back because at that point, what I had kind of done was just say, you know, maybe you're a little too sensitive, sir. This is just kind of how these people are. But if you're too good for it, all the more power to you. You know, if you're too good for these people, good job, sir. And thank you for letting me on by. That would have been great. But I saw that peer pressure is a bitch. And I fucking jumped on there again because somebody said, oh, he let him off easy. And
did we peer pressure him?
No.
And then I did the whole like fake.
Did we suggest
But-
it?
No,
I don't think we even suggested it.
I don't think anybody. I don't know. I would have to rewatch. I don't remember
Lilith went
anything.
over. Landry went over. I think everybody went over on their own.
Yeah, AJ. Well, AJ was in the chat because remember we booted him from panel.
Oh yeah, okay, you're right. You're right. We did. We did.
So
encourage
he
him.
was in the chat and he said maybe
Right.
I should go over, and I was like, yeah, AJ, go on
Right.
over because I figured, well, he can't be on this panel. He might as well go.
Yeah, no, it was his idea, but we did. At least I think I did encourage it.
To go over the first time, maybe, but I don't think anybody said he did bad and to go back.
No.
I don't remember that. I think he went back a second time because
Did he go
Landry
back
went
a second time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it Landry went back a second time?
Landry went back twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think AJ followed suit. I think he was just having fun. I don't think there was
He was just
anything-
having fun, and
Yeah.
he did nothing wrong that night at all. Honestly,
I don't
nobody
think so
did
either.
anything wrong except for fucking Rob and
Rob being a
Anders
bitch.
then. Rob being a bitch. Yeah, that night Rob's the only one who did anything wrong, and that was just his big, massive ego, having a temper tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
You see that guy? He's trying to stop the cook, sir. And then I just did a 180 and went, fuck you, you fat piece of shit, and logged off. It was total Comedy Store fucking roasting bullshit, you know?
You might have
Had
to
I
drop
known
the
it would
link
blow up
again.
into-
I was just thinking, like, why hasn't he come back? Because you dropped the link in chat earlier. He might not.
I deleted it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get it again.
What it was, I would have never hit the link that night. And so it's like, that's kind of my perspective, dude. I'm not on anybody's team here. I got caught up in some bullshit that night that I volunteered to do. Had I known, hindsight is 2020, that my presence, just my spurgy, fucking overwhelming presence would have been that much of a trigger for these people, I would have never done it. And I actually feel guilty. Like, I know Sarah's handling like a champ, but they had a big alliance, you know, and now it's falling apart. And I honestly think good riddance. If people want to control you like that, fuck off. Like, that's just weird. You have your own thing, keep your own thing. But it does suck. Like, I saw all that drama go down. It really fucked with me. And it's like, it's kind of made me not want to jump on these panels anymore.
Pause.
Because I don't want to be caught up in this stuff. And then like something I say that's funny ends up.
So remember earlier when I said I think he feels guilty? That's listen, when I say I know people, I fucking know people.
Yeah, no, I have actually seen this part. And when you said that, I was like, fuck, she's good.
Being like a huge, oh, this guy was a part of it. I didn't fucking know what was happening. I didn't know her and Rob were beefing behind the scenes. I didn't know this Andrew guy was gonna like fucking just come in and bogart Sarah because there was prior shit going on. Like, I had no idea. I just jumped on the dude's show to be funny. And I'm sorry to anybody who's ever heard me in the past, thought I was genuine. And after that, you guys think I'm some weirdo now. Like, that was not my intentions, dude. I was just fucking hitting the link, trying to be a cockhead, you know?
It's just chill, bros. No worries.
Yes, no worries. Yeah, but the thing is that you said you volunteered to go up there.
Yeah. Because people in the private chat were like, go over there and troll them. And we've done that on many other channels before. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've done like TML. We've done that to so many other people. We've done it to Nightish. And it's all like fun and banter and everyone talks again. It's not a big deal. So I didn't know that there was like actual beef going on. Had I known, I would have not done that. But I think the people that did know, it was to their advantage to not warn me, or maybe they didn't have the conscience to catch it beforehand. Like, oh, this could create a lot of problems.
There wasn't beef. Like, there was no beef going on that would have made this meltdown predictable.
No. Well, aside from you and Rob, like,
I
think I was having
before this, I had gone up on Rob's panel. I don't know, a couple days earlier, and so this was a Monday, I think, or a Sunday. That Friday, I had gone to Rob's panel, and that was the day after your panel, I said, hey, I made up the whole only liberals thing, right? That comment.
Yeah.
I said I made it up. He's like, oh, okay, and I explained that he was being disingenuous to me, or at least that's how I felt. So I returned the favor. But yeah, and I thought that I smoothed things over, right? Then he crashed out, and at this point I still thought I did, because on the debate that he crashed out on earlier, he wasn't mad at me. He was mad at Ryan.
Well, and I also think that, and we'll get back to you here in just a second. I also think that because Rob and I were already having behind the scenes, not issues, but like the RTP issue he had, and then there was another issue. I forget what it was. There was something else built into that, but it was just, I just kept having issues with him when he was oh yeah, the Connor time, and then with you, and it was just like he was already just kind of not making me want to have him back, right? And I wasn't mad at him or hated him, but it was just like, why? I just stop coming to my show, please stop.
He requires special treatment because he can't hang in a totally neutral environment. And this has been clear of Rob for a long time. Like, if you put him in a totally neutral environment, he gets blown the fuck out every fucking time. Never seen him take a W in a completely neutral environment.
Yes, that. But he had just been stirring up a lot of problems that I was having to deal with on the back end privately, which I won't dive into those, but like, it was just, to me, I kept thinking, God, if he just doesn't show up for my show ever again, this would be so much cleaner. Like, my life would be so much easier. So that was going on, which you weren't aware of. And then you had your thing with him, and I think it was just a power, their powers combined somehow, the panelverse. It just kind of happened, right? And then this was the icing on the cake.
And AJ over there, let's not do that, But I don't think anybody really thought about it. It's one of those things where you mix fucking petrol with flame and it ignites, and that's kind of what happened, dude. Now everyone's got their opinions, and I just look at Flo, Sarah, you, TML, all these people that have been on your panels that I'm not naming or can't remember. Like, I just look at you guys as content creators that are creating a platform to spread information. Some of it's bullshit, like you said, it's shitty content, but then other people are, allowing others to spread knowledge or doing it themselves on their platform. So that's kind of been my perspective. I don't judge any of these people, dude. I'm not perfect. Like, I'm not going to sit here. Nobody's innocent. We all know about the dark side of all these people. We don't have to get into details. If you do enough research, they've got some shady past, right? Like, there's people, like, especially the bigger channels. It's like, God damn, like, how the fuck, you know what I mean? But that's the YouTube world. Why should I judge these people? Like, you know what you're signing up for. When I hit these panels and when I choose to do stuff, I got to have accountability on my part. So that's basically what it is, man. Like, I didn't know. Had I known there was this effort that was already occurring and I was going to make it worse, I would have just avoided it, because at the end of the day, as a friend, you don't want to be that guy at the bar that gets everybody into a fight and now they got an assault charge. And I kind of feel like that in that regard. Like, and I'm not saying that what I did in those 30, 40 seconds was that special.
To be clear, absolutely 0% of this is AJ's fault, and you did absolutely nothing wrong.
Correct.
I do appreciate it. Was already going to go in that direction. I do appreciate that. Like, I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm that special, but it's been fucking with me, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I look up to all of you.
I understand why you feel obligated or guilty, and I personally, I don't want you to take any of that heat or guilt or feeling of like, shit, I just fucked up something for Sarah, maybe for Flo, which it doesn't matter, he doesn't care. but AJ, I don't think you did anything wrong. I don't think anybody did anything wrong, but what has happened to me and my channel stands on my shoulders alone and nobody else's. And I want you to, like, really hear that and understand it and take it to heart, that there's nothing that you could have done any different. There's nothing that you did wrong. And I can bear the weight of that on my own shoulders. And the channel's doing just fine. We took a hit, but like, everything else is operating the same way it needs to. So there's nothing, if anything, AJ, you did me a fucking favor. Look at it that way.
Yeah,
But
and
just
I like I've
knowing
been
that
telling myself that's the case. It's like those horror movies where you're in a fucking cult and you're gonna get killed soon, and like it's like you know. But it's yeah, I really appreciate you saying that. And guys, I'm sorry, like I on this panel, I'm not expecting you to play all of it. I literally said I've been taking a submissive role because I just respect every content creator that goes to the time and energy to have a laptop, a computer, whatever, and an internet connection with the right settings, you know, with their internet provider, all this stuff. Like I know the insides and how hard it is to do these things. So like I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. And I know TML's got beef with Flow. I know Speakeasy's got beef with Flow. So it's always been, before this all blew up, it's always been something that stresses me out. And Flo, if I'm fucking lying, tell me right now. Am I not the one that's always like, why do you and Speakeasy have to beef? And now this shit's gotten so crazy with all this information coming out. It's like, I don't even know what to think anymore. It's like, fuck, where do I go? Where should I just delete YouTube? You know, it's just fucking stressing me out, man.
No, don't let it make you run
Good
away from.
Lord.
There's nothing to be stressed. AJ, I mean, I know you only know what's happening right now, but like I've been playing around on YouTube since what, 2021 probably. Now I didn't run my channel that long, but I've been a panelist and been in your seat before where it's just drama and crazy and I'm like, fuck this, like just shut it all down and get out of here. But the reality of it is that this will never end. If this, it's all one big cycle of drama and it's just whether or not it's your season. And right now it's my season, it's Flow season, and you're kind of getting a little side effect weather from the storm. But you have to know and understand. You have to know and understand that this all blows over, and the storm goes away, and everything gets back to normal until the next season.
It's like the political climate for me, right? Like no one's ever going to see this about, like, and maybe some people see this about Flo and you that I do, right? It's like the political climate. That's why it's so extreme to me, because I look at everything happening, like the assassinations or the politics, whatever, the wars, whatever, right? I look at like you guys as neutral, and you get accused for being like, you know, liberals or libertarians or whatever. But the thing to me is like all of these conservatives are people who are actually radically radicalized in the liberal sense. They're in their little echo chambers. But like from what I've witnessed, you guys actually let people on and talk their shit, and you'll do your best to like expose them through the means of like, you know, equality in the audience. Like, okay, if the majority of the audience thinks this person is stupid, well then they're stupid. And I like, you know, that's why I've always respected Flo and Sarah in that regard, because you guys do that. And sure, whatever your philosophies or political views are, that has nothing to do with how the show's ran, you know. And so like I do my best to defend you guys, but like I also don't have the context to all this stuff. And a lot of these people, like this guy Shift, the moment he jumped on and started saying all this crazy shit, I didn't know what to do other than be like, you're cooking, bro. All right, man.
How old are you? How old are you?
It's like, what do you want me to do? I get okay. So if I don't like what the judge has to say, you want me to insult the judge?
How old are you?
AJ, I think what he's saying is so if let's pretend Flo was on that panel and Shift was talking shit about me, Flo would and let's say Flo and I weren't like cool and we were just neutral to each other. We're just kind of like bounce around every now and then. He probably, if he's like, well, I don't really know Sarah all that well, but I also don't know this guy all that well. I'm just gonna kind of chill and hang tight. Oh, we lost him again. You're gonna have to drop the link again, probably.
Like if the dude doesn't know, okay, he's back. Wait, yeah, that's okay. The Shun Punjabi.
Poor AJ. AJ, listen. I love you, baby. I think you're a really awesome person. You're fun to have on panels. I know you can't always make it to my panels, and I think maybe sometimes you feel like you don't belong on my panels if they're too structured, or maybe Flow, you get booted off of Flows all the time, or whatever, or maybe you do want to have the
I
series.
don't mind.
Yeah, right. And maybe sometimes you do want to have the serious conversation, but it's not set up that way for you. I get it and I understand it, but I don't think you need to like take up arms with this guy, Shift or whoever. And I also think that you feeling pressure, that pressure is something you're putting on yourself. And now I don't know why you're putting it on yourself, Again, I take it back to the high school idea of
Can I tell you why? And Flo's
yeah,
gonna roll his
sure.
eyes and be like, "Oh God, here we go again." I swear to you, Lower Manhattan Assumption Catholic School, until 2 a.m. I had no idea if I was gonna see my parents. NYPD transported each and every single one of us, right? Since that date in 2001 or 2000, fuck, I don't even know. I'm so trauma brain. That shit has been fucking me up to now. Like, I'm always trying to fit in, and I never want to piss anyone off. And it has nothing to do with like I need to be comfortable in my skin. It's just that I know in the United States of America, as a first generation American, and Sarah, I tried to mention that with that debate one time about the immigrants thing, and the guy was like, Andrew was on the panel, and the guy was like, "Oh well, I wouldn't want to live in India. If you want to move to India or China, go for it." That wasn't the question. I was too scared to confront him and argue because I thought you'd kick me out. The question was, why are all these Asians doing so well in the white system here? Because it works,
Right.
And so, like, I'm so scared to piss anybody off here, anybody, because I know that the only way to get by is how my parents raised me, which is follow the fucking line and don't piss anybody off. And I
That's
apply that
not
to everything,
true at
even
all.
stupid ass channels on YouTube.
So again, I'm going to take this back to earlier, and I'm going to say, I told you so, Flo. The lunch table concept. He got invited to go sit at another cool kids lunch table, and they started talking shit about us, and he thought he had to join the pack in order to blend in with them. So AJ, this is where you got to be a man and grab your balls. And this is where I think Daddy Flo needs to explain that part, because if I explain it coming from mommy, it's not gonna.
I'm
It's
not
not gonna
explaining
come out.
shit. He's a grown ass man. He's not tapping into my
No,
maternal
and I
instinct at
respect that,
all.
but here's the reality, Daddy Flo and Mommy Sarah.
Don't do that
Oh
again.
God, I just banged my head, son of a bitch. Here's the thing, right? If I have to go, oh yeah, fuck you because I love that guy, or I love you, fuck that guy, whatever, right? Then aren't I just as bad as the people that we have issues with? Like this cult
No,
mentality that we're
no,
exposing.
AJ, you want to stand up for what you believe in. Now, again, like I told you, Flo will not want you to defend his name, right? You don't have to take up his sword. You're more than welcome to take up my Flo rolled. He's like, fuck this amount. You're more than welcome to take up mine for me, because it's okay for a man to defend a woman, and I'm okay if a man wants to stand up for me. Okay, I highly commend it. But for Flo, he doesn't want you to do that because he's a fucking man. He can fight his own fights. But for you individually, AJ, if you believe in something and somebody says something that's completely against it, you need to stand up and say, no, I don't agree with that, and here's why. Now, you can choose to do the ostrich head and shove your head in the hole. I do that a lot, but I'm a woman. That's okay. It's easier for me to not be combative, and it works better with my panelists if I don't always come out with teeth and nails. But for you, you are a man. If you believe in something and you want to stand up for it, then you fucking do it. Now, the thing a man would not do is go in exact opposition of what he believes in just for purposes of fitting in. Fitting
No,
in
but Sarah,
is I
that's exactly
understand.
the opposite of what happened. The guy, regardless of his insults, which I feel were really just driven from experience and whatever, failures and endeavors to connect and make relationships with these people he was talking shit about, like you and Flo and yada yada. It was really what he was saying, which was the internet could be used for much better frequencies of knowledge that can be communicated between each other. And that's what I was like, I agree and respect what agree with you and respect what you're saying. As far as like him insulting other people, if I just got into that and started yelling at him and he's yelling at me, what's going to happen? I'm going to get put backstage by TML, and now I just got cooked, and so it's like I
Well, so
understand
what?
that aspect
So
of it.
what? So what?
But like, if you get cooked, then everyone's like, "Oh, that
Here's what
person
that
got
tells you,
cooked."
AJ. Here's what that tells you. If TML throws you backstage because you started arguing with the shift guys over something you believed was different in whatever he was saying, I understand you agreed with that part, but the parts that you disagreed with, if you started becoming combative with him on that, and TML throws you backstage and or boots you or tells you to shut up, well then does that tell you that he doesn't, that TML wouldn't respect you and your opinions.
Yeah, for sure.
So
For
then why
sure.
would you, and I'm not saying TML does or does not, right? I don't know that. I'm just putting in a hypothetical because I'm not too close with TML and I don't know him from too much. But if he did that, to me, that says, well, you don't fucking respect me as a man to man. You don't respect me and my opinions. I'm here to offer my opinions and do exactly what Shift was saying with offering information and some insight to a situation. Isn't that what you were agreeable to? And so being combative on another ground would actually be offering insight and information, especially into interpersonal relationships and things that are worthy of this or that or whatever. And that, to me, I would think TML would actually be respectful of another man having an opinion. And if he's not, then he's a fucking bitch. Again, I don't know that that's the case for TML, but
No,
if he
yeah,
did
for
that,
sure.
that would be the case.
No, I completely agree,
So
but I look at it like if you know two people, but you don't know the context of their disagreements with each other and how much conviction they have about how they're right and the other person's wrong, to get involved and then find out later, and this comes through life experience or just, I do it for a living, but like to then find out that you didn't have the entire context or the evidence to dictate what's really happening and you just blindly chose the side. Like for example, if I'm in the court of law and somebody says, I have this, and that to claim about this person, and I happen to know that person they're claiming these things about, I can't just automatically assume that the person claiming this stuff is wrong. So like that's what I said to those people was, you guys may have the right to say these things. I don't have those contexts that you're explaining to me. So you have the right to talk about this person in this way. I refuse to, because I respect them all in regards to what they're doing and how I can engage with them on the internet. And that was like the biggest thing on the panel. But this guy just wanted to keep going for the throat. TML was advocating it. And to respect the channel and what their agenda is, I just kind of bounced out after being agreeable, you know?
don't be so fucking agreeable, AJ. Take your stance and own it. Stand in your square. We all know Flo says that all the time. Stand in your square. He yells at me often the same very thing. Stand in your square, Sarah. And I think, and me as a woman, I can get away with not standing in my squares often, but in this space, you have to.
We've got tons and tons and tons of drama, just straight drama going on. I mean, look, we're all used to a little bit of drama, guys. We know, right? There's drama out. There's going to be drama out there. But the last week and a half, 2 weeks has just been off the rails.
See, now that's when this backfires on you, because you think I'm stupid. Like, I don't know he was giving Sarah shit in the first 24 hours of this all unfolding, or the rumors about him not getting his parts delivered to all the fucking customers that have purchased them on his website or through his shop. It's just like, do I hate the guy? No, I think Ridwan's a fairly charismatic dad type of dude. I think he's got a lot of knowledge to spread. So do I sit here and just hate on the guy? Like, this is what I mean. You just played a clip of a dude who's a part of all this crazy charade shit. And I'm just exhausted, man.
I don't know. I'm not
Anyway,
gonna explain
fuck
any,
me, silly.
like,
Sorry,
yeah,
Flo.
it's crazy.
Sarah, you're right. I need to fucking grow some balls. What I
Yeah.
need to do is just stop hitting links, dude. That's what I need to do. You know what I
You're
mean?
gonna if you're this
AJ,
spineless in real life, then you're gonna have more issues.
AJ, I think you need to hit more links, and I think you need to practice standing on your square more often, and just stand your ground. I think you need to do that. I think that's the only way I got over it a long time ago. Kind of like being afraid to speak up and say what I mean, even right now, like this whole situation with Flo, before we even brought you up, and he says, no, fuck him, bail him out, or, bond him. And I'm like, no, let's talk to him. Right. I could have just stuck my head in a hole and said, yeah, let's just do whatever Flo wants to do. you know.
Let's listen to the rest of this so
Yeah.
that we have the whole thing. I think it's sort of absurd to
Well,
blame
shit.
anything else to AJ.
I mean,
like he's not a
I don't know.
fucking
I don't know
adult.
what you guys think this is going to evolve or devolve into. Like, I just feel so.
Did he
Went in that
drop?
direction. I wish I wasn't.
No, I dropped him.
Oh.
He's filibustering, and I don't believe. I think that I believe it's more likely that he's being a smarmy lawyer than that he actually is fucking retarded.
A part of it, you know, like that's just you guys. Anybody who knows me, that's not what I do, dude. I've often been on these panels saying, "Man, let's talk about this or that. Why are we talking about drama?" But people just love drama, dude. Reality TV, it's like the new reality TV. So I definitely got to move a lot more carefully. Like I've only been peeping in and listening, and I don't know, dude. It sucks. That's my humble opinion. I just think it sucks. It's shitty. Like you do all this building, you get to meet people, and then all this drama puts people apart. And that's why that night I told you, Machine Lies, you're like the ocean, bro. You're just there. Your waves coming in and out. Like, you know, you've been watching this all go down, and I've never seen the Machine Lies hop on any panel and like try to, you know, be a part of like some group or like have this herd mentality with the drama. So that's why I respect TMO, because he just keeps in his own lane and does his own thing. You can think he's crazy or he's fucking enlightened. Fuck you. Like he's gonna keep going. Nobody's stopping him, you know. So that's kind of my perspective about all this, man. It's unfortunate, really.
Yeah, I'm in I'm near like Dearborn, Detroit area. So Bad Apple, right? Tarek lives in Dearborn.
Get back to the cook. I didn't want to make this the Punjabi show, but you know, if you guys have any questions, you want to call me in my face. I'm here now. You know.
No. Just another thing. I just wanted to correct you a little bit because Flow State, right? He's not really against the Crucible to a sizable degree. As we mentioned, he's on the other side of the political aisle, right? So they support the system, right? So we talked about the system, and you know, obviously we have more critical views, right, than they do, right? But yeah, so they basically support the system. He's more of a lefty, right? Flow State. Right.
I've never been called a lefty so much as in like the last few weeks.
Yeah, and that's why I laughed at, especially when Andrew said you're the enemy. I'm like, he's not even a lefty. And that's what a lot of other people were saying to me, like, you were friends with the leftists. And I'm like, Flo's not a leftist. AJ was Christian. Cynthia probably hates the government. Squatch hates the government. Who else was on that original panel? Landry is I don't even think he likes politics, or at least it doesn't sound like it. I don't know. He's just a fun troll. I didn't even know who the fuck he was. I mean, I think he's funny now, but ortho guy, he's obviously ortho. Like I'm like, nobody on there was a lefty.
Right. The greatest enemy. Yes, yeah, Vanta, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I don't know what happened to Fluzzy V. I'll check and see if Fluzzy's blocked. If so, I'm unblocking right now. If not, it's a timeout, and you'll have to wait for it to roll off, I think. All right, but yeah, no, I'll just let this play for context.
Right, so that's generally where he stands, but he's been trying to use Andrew Wilson to grift, and also Sarah, who was Andrew Wilson's employee, right? So he.
I love how everyone keeps saying I was his employee.
You were not. When I heard this the first time, I made the announcement that you were not. You have never been his employee. Is that accurate?
Correct.
Okay.
He's not forthright about how much he's using Andrew to grift or whatever, right? So,
right, yeah, from all the drama. And no, look, I'm not gonna sit here and glaze Big Bro like that. I always call him Big Bro. Him and I debate about God all the time. I just look at that dude as like another guy who's surviving. He's got a family. Like I look at everyone else like another man or woman in this world that we didn't have a choice to be born, but we just go with what we got. And we all have mental health issues. We all have financial struggles. You know, some of us are luckier than others. So it's like, I've never looked at the guy as some evil dude, but yeah, used car salesman. He's fucking self-admitted grifty about that shit, you know. And the Sarah being an employee of the whole thing, I don't have enough information on it all. I guess all I can say is Sarah and Flo have never been like, oh, this fucking guy's here, I'm not going to let him on because I disagree with what he has to say. They would always let me talk my shit, and they still do. Like, I know for a fact, if I have the time to get onto Sarah's panel because it's always so packed, she's going to let me on even if she cooks me, or Flo for the same reason. And yeah, you're right. You know, as far as what we talk about, in my humble opinion, it is dimensions above any of this bullshit. You know, trying to do 5-6 hour streams, getting people to like look at drama. Oh, we got evidence of this and that. And it's just like, what are we doing? Like, I could just turn on MTV. That was my childhood, watching The Real World or Jersey Shore, you know, fucking Snooki and Pauly D and all these guys. So it's just I don't really, it doesn't interest me. What interests me is when you guys get into these deep fucking ideas and philosophies about what is actually happening and what's going to happen after we die and why we're even here. That's always what's intrigued me, So I get you, bro. It's fucking shitty. The whole thing's shitty, and I feel like my
AJ, go watch the fucking National Geographic. Jesus Lord, I get it. I
What?
hear what you're saying, but this is tarded to say. Like, I get what you mean. You don't like to watch drama channels, or you don't like to see it happening. It's not your forte. I get it. Then go watch National Geographic. Okay, like. If you want informative stuff, you know not to come to Flo's show. You know not to come to my show. Like, we are, I'm not drama oriented, but I am chaos oriented. There are two very different features there. But that's, you can't complain. I said the same fucking thing to Rob. You can't complain that the sky is blue. Like, it's just, it's always gonna fucking be blue, dude. You just have to accept it, and you either look at it or you don't. All right, and that's my only bitch mode I'll go in on you on.
All right, Fuzzy is unblocked. I don't know how. I'm interested what happened there, how that happened, but yeah, Fuzzy's out.
My thing with Flow State is he's been doing this for a long time, and you've been doing all of you guys really that I fucking jump on. You guys have been doing it for a fucking minute, and you haven't lost your channels. So it's kind of like this respect I have because I used to do this shit, and I know how grueling it is, and all the editing and calling your internet service provider, unlimited upload, download, gig speeds. Like, you can't fucking, it's just insane. And then you're doing it every day, and some of you guys have jobs, some of you don't. This pays you, so I just have respect for everybody in that sense. Is there things they could do better? Of course. Yeah, I've always argued about those things. Nobody gives a fuck about what happened. Bro, Machine Lies, I had to tell the whole community for months what my religion is in detail, and nobody gave a fuck. And then I had to say it again. And now it's like people kind of get it, and I respect that. But this has been my whole life, like especially post 9/11, like people getting me confused with a Hindu or a Muslim. Like, anything about Sikhs and Punjab being split into Pakistan and India and how we fought in World War I and II with the Western powers, like, we don't fucking rock with those cultures at all. We're about as modern as the foundation of the United States, So like our 10 gurus, the last guru passed.
Shout out to the Trippy verse and the people who came from there. Shout out to Trippy. I was just messaging him on Discord a little bit ago. He sent you and I an interesting video, huh?
I haven't looked yet.
Okay.
I know it's sitting there waiting.
Yeah, it can wait. It's not earth shattering, but it is a good catch.
Away, eloped, as they say, when it was like 1770 something, 1774 or something like that. So it's just, I get what you mean, dude. Like, if there was more of a focus on knowledge and enlightenment and all this stuff, the world wouldn't be the way it is. But I see YouTube as just another avenue of people, falling to the lesser part of their free will potential. Like, that's the whole game the devil's trying to play, making us slip up and trip up so the creator doesn't think we're actually worthy of free will. And that's what I truly believe. And so, like, every time I hit those walls with these guys or these content creators, I got.
Seriously,
it's weird niggas. You know what I'm talking about?
You just have like guys dressed up in like
weird ass niggas.
Weird ass
niggas that start forgetting. Weird ass niggas that start forgetting shit that like actually happened to people. Weird ass niggas.
This whole thing is fucking weird.
I respectfully, appreciate that they let me on their platform, and that's kind of just where I'm at. I'm taking.
I don't think it's weird.
You don't think that this level of emotional like distress is weird?
Because here's why, Flo. We're doing our jobs right. We want our panelists and our audience to be emotionally invested in us, and this is proof that you've done your job. As have I. He actually feels guilt from the scenario. He actually feels emotionally invested. He feels like
that the way
he's
you just framed that
torn.
is going to be clipped and talked about for ages over here. They already think that we're agents.
But
Anyways,
realistically though, I think AJ is at a significantly higher emotional investment into, because he thinks of us all of these people as his friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that it's precious, right? But he's emotionally invested. So this stuff, all of this great divide that's going on right now, is stressing him out, and this is what you're watching like live of those emotions come out.
just I don't know. Maybe I need to get in touch with my little bitch side.
No, this is where we harmonize, Flo, where I take the mom approach and you take the dad approach. Like this makes sense. This makes sense that you're
That's
up
miserable.
against it and I'm more like I'm not saying he's right and I'm not saying it's okay, but what I'm saying is this makes sense why he did this.
Roll these days, you know.
Yeah, but it's like, it's like sometimes people admit like what the higher form of communication is, right? So I mean,
yeah.
So it's like once you say that to yourself, it's like, to thine own self be true or whatever. But yeah, man.
No, that's facts. Absolutely. In layman's terms, what my brother Machine Lights just said is, if you want to preach what you practice, that's the only path. You practice what you preach what you practice. But if you're preaching something and then what you're practicing isn't that, and then you're, like you said, you're on those lower levels of energy, that kind of, materialistic, like
the drama slut energy.
Right.
It's kind of
No,
like the
I-
lower, because it's like,
Change
hey,
your
like this
avatar.
is about, life and death and, where we're headed and where we're going and the future and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So obviously we got to combat those things. Right?
Yeah, man. And that's probably why I feel uncomfortable going on. Look, like, I know you guys have your opinions about that brother Speakeasy from Canada. Like, even him, I've jumped on his panel for the debates and stuff or whatever, just to fuck around. Dude, I get it, dude. Like, there's a lot of fun. And this is probably why my inner soul is telling me, like, back up off the shit. You're getting too old. And if you really mean well, this isn't the place to be. And it sucks. It sucks because there are moments of, like, real potential where you, like, hear people talk about stuff and then someone has another opinion and it's, like, really good content. But then you're right. Like, the majority of it is drama slut stuff. No, I secede to you, bro. I'm not going to sit here and defend anybody. And as far as the whole grift thing, like, I'm always against that too. You never see me sending $2, $5. I've sent like $100 to Flo, I think twice, and $50 once. One time I sent it to Sarah, and it's always like the chat pressuring, the grift. I've sent some to Nidus. I said everyone that I asks, and there's a certain point I get caught up and I'm drunk enough, money's going, And so it's like I've always been against that because for me it kind of takes the fun out of the whole thing. But I also understand the other perspective of these people saying, hey, this pays my bills. I got to put on my family plate.
Yeah, somebody told me that that the Mike guy or whatever, Mike 23, right? He sent him like $1,500. Right?
Yo,
and the
I
guy,
saw that.
and then Lindsey Smith told him that he may be too drunk, right, or whatever, so he may be sending a huge amount because he's drinking too much. And then he said, I think he called her a slut and told her don't get in between him and his money or some shit. But it's pretty funny.
Oh my god!
And then
That sounds about right.
he also said that that he'll give Lindsay's number out if she doesn't pay him. He said that.
Now that part is wrong. She doxed my number, so I doxed her number. There was no ultimatum there. It just
I think that's a fair trade-off. If you
Right.
dox somebody's information, they have every right to do it back.
Right.
You should consider yourself lucky if somebody doesn't do it back to you.
I mean, sir, I could have doxed. I could have doxed a lot more than just her phone number, but I figured I wouldn't escalate.
Mm-hmm.
And by that I'm not referring to the news. What I'm referring to is her address, her real name, her husband's real name.
Loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been. I remember. I'm pretty new to the whole community, but I remember they were beefing hard because of some photos or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, here's another weird thing, right? The other day, right, the Landry guy, right, who's the troll who came on before you or whatever, troll number 1, right? You were troll number 2, right?
Right. Yeah.
So he came on and he said that Lindsay offered to do the same thing with him.
Damn.
Like send him pics and then they'll talk about it on the panel, like do the whole LARP act.
That's crazy. Yeah, when I hear about that stuff, that's when it gets really off-putting. Like when people are trying to.
Yeah, so there was no LARP act, and I don't think that's what happened on Landry's. Is she went up with an avatar? Her avatar was her wearing a bikini, and that turned into a weird thing. But there was no like. It makes it sound like this was planned. Like she'd send me. If something like that was scripted and planned, you wouldn't have to send pictures, right?
Yeah.
Come up with games to play the people that are viewing their shit. It's like now you're doing the exact same thing that you're supposed to be the alternative media for. Yeah,
and that's why I said
and I'm
we're not all good
for having
people.
this talk with you guys. No, yeah, you're right. We're not all good people, but
Lindsey Smith is not a real name.
I think that statement.
Like what you said is true, right? Don't stand in judgment. We all have our problems. We all 100%, 100%. That's not what we're talking about here. These people are
I feel you, and I think you have the right.
they
to say that.
lean into their darker selves.
Yeah, and I feel like you have the right to say that. The Machine Lies does. A lot of you have the right to say these things because you've been a part of this, if not for years.
Do we lean into our darker selves? Is that true?
Do we?
Yeah.
No, because if they knew our darker selves, they wouldn't want to like us.
Well, these people don't want to like us.
Yeah,
There's
no,
for a
I
decent amount of time to where you.
I think we lean into our strongest pieces that work the best for our shows and our interactions with people. But I don't think they're our darkest.
I agree.
You wouldn't want to know my
You've seen all these
darkest.
people's characters. You've seen the seasons come and go. You've seen how they behave in circumstances that are more pressure and high stress, right? I totally understand that. I just respectfully, and this is probably from my brown, not privileged life experience, I just don't, it's like.
So this is actually a valid question. There, yeah. Okay, good call on that question. There actually is, since I haven't displayed anything, there is no way that people would know I'm not acting about getting pictures.
Like, what am I going to do? Make more enemies? Like, I'm trying to get by life with the least enemies, and I think they're all good people, maybe to just not have a target on my back, in the sense that they've never done anything wrong to me that would make me feel like, oh, these people are POSs, don't engage with them. Like, so maybe my criteria is a little different because of my ignorance of the community, in the sense that I've only been around for so long,
Well, try to hold them accountable for something, and then watch how fast that changes.
Right, which I never did.
Nobody on YouTube can actually hold anybody else accountable. Hold it. If you anytime, and I said this earlier, anytime you hear somebody on YouTube say the phrase "hold accountable," what they really mean is bitch. They want a license to bitch about something. Holding it accountable that's just fancy clothing for low tier behavior.
Like demanding an apology
like I said,
for somebody who doesn't give a fuck.
Or just like calling people out, like, I didn't like that you did this. Okay, whatever. Right? Like, you can't hold anyone accountable. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I take a very submissive role on these panels. I try to be respectful, and like most of the time I get caught up in the funny jokes and roasting, and that ends up being what it is, So yeah, I think a lot of us are gonna have to really look at this whole thing. Those of us for most of us, it's entertainment and fun, but when it stops being that, it's like, okay, now it's like, really, we gotta take a step back and look at like what's going on. Like, do I need to be hitting these links? If I jump on there, like, what's really the benefit to my life? Like Machine Lies was saying, like, what kind of frequency am I aligning myself with? These are all really good points, and I'm glad you guys were talking about this. It's so crazy, dude. I had just gotten home. I was using the restroom, and when you like shave and shower, you're listening to some podcast. You saw the boy was live, so I started listening, and you guys were watching this, and I'm like, oh man, this shit's not going away. I go back a little bit. I see my goofy ass with the cowboy hat on, and I'm like, oh no, dude, I got to talk to these guys, man, because I don't want like. I'm happy you guys know. I don't care about anybody else, as long as you guys know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that this is the last iteration of this, that we call it the last one.
Yeah.
Possible to review this one. Even
like
before it
it's
all.
important for you. It's important for you. Sorry to interrupt, but like you've been one of the few guys I've seen that's never been involved in this shit, and you just kind of call it out for what it is. And most of the time, the credibility gets higher for people like you in these situations.
Yeah, because we could talk about the flow state optics, because he's had some very strange optics throughout the years. Just his general trajectory, right? Let me see who this person is. Right up. Yeah, green. Yeah, what's going on?
Yo, blessings, T-Mal.
I don't see how my general trajectory is anything special. I've been here 3 years. I'm on my second channel that's like 2,500 subs. There ain't nothing special about this trajectory, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just do your own thing no matter what. It doesn't matter. Like, you're not sub-driven,
Right.
Your metrics that you seek are different than if you compared you to Andrew Wilson, like he wants the subs, he wants the views, he wants the this, he wants that. You are not driven by those things. You're driven by other concepts. So,
like such as
maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some freaking money.
Which, thank you for the reminder. Tonight has been slow as fuck on the money metric.
Maybe
Last night
everyone
was
wants
good.
to, if anyone actually does have a heart for AJ, maybe you can all contribute to help pay his $50 bond. Then Flo cannot implement a $50 bond that's already been paid out in advance.
3/4 of people are over 3/4. I did the poll. Should AJ be forgiven? 76% say yes so far. 24%
Well,
say no.
show your forgiveness for AJ with your money and send Flo money.
And again, we'll just listen to the first. This.
Yeah, Assalamualaikum. What's going on?
This is
Just
what then
chilling,
AJ
man. I
agrees
mean,
with
yeah,
right on the
flow
heels of that
state.
whole.
I mean, I knew ever since like I was part of Based Oracle's panel at one point, and then when Flow State came on, I just knew he was a piece of garbage from day one. Like I just knew it. You know, I was the one that told Gabriel to go to your channel first. But Flow State, he's just not a good guy. I mean, he was in prison. All right, so already he's a criminal. And, you know, once a criminal, always a criminal. And now he's basically getting enjoyment off of people's misery. And to me, he's a giant piece of shit. Andrew Wilson, Rob Norm, all these guys, they're not for truth. They're here to grift losers on YouTube that are depressed, that have mental disorders, some type of
Wow.
psychosis, right? And he knows that. He knows that. Look at his fucking audience. You got Cynthia, Chuck, Chuck is sending hundreds and hundreds of dollars instead of taking care of his wife and his family. He's sending to fucking Flow State. You got to be fucking kidding me. It's an absolute fucking travesty. And there's a bunch of other suckers, and it's not just this little paniverse. It's in other genres of YouTube. You got the finance sector. There's too many fucking idiots giving money to these people that are not credible, right? And it's just like a formation of cults, pretty much. It's like people want to be led and give money to their follower and think that they're going to go to the promised land. And next thing you know, they forked up like hundreds and thousands of dollars to this person, and they got nothing in return. And years go by, and their life didn't improve. You know that.
You guys cooking, dude. I'm not gonna lie, you're cooking, brother.
Yeah, I mean, this is why you need to get away from these people. Fuck Flow State. Fuck Sarah. Sarah's a piece of fucking dog shit. All right. The reason why I know this much, right? Because I actually study with a real finance expert. But the thing about this guy, you know the movie The Big Short, guys? You know that movie The Big Short? That talked about the crisis?
Yeah, Adam McKay, yeah.
All right, so we've heard this. Anyways, he goes on a bit longer. And then AJ's like, I'm not gonna lie, I agree with everything you said, blah 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 blah, whatever. So I don't know. I think that is it the worst offense on earth? No. Do I feel like a 30-something-year-old grown-ass man should have to be babysat because he can't figure out how to manage simple social situations? No. I'm pretty sure the bond stays in place. It looks like nobody in the chat gives a fuck about him that much. So in the poll there, $50. Tomorrow it's 75.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair. You had him come on and explain himself, and I think if you still, I think you have every right to still hold a bond there. I think he would. I think he was trying to speak to the concept of what Shift was saying in terms of the people needing to get lives and get out of the YouTube space. But I think it's also still fair that the way he was saying it still put us down in either direction, whether he meant it that way or not.
I mean, I think that he did. Right? Like,
Mhm.
I don't know how else you can get like it with all of your best bad mom logic, right?
Mhm.
How can you use logic of way where he like
No, I agree with you. I think
Yeah.
he's still putting us down. But I think it's in a way where it's the concept, the concept that Shift was talking about still paints us in a bad light. And I think that that's fair for you to be upset by him saying he agreed with Shift and he was cooking, because that kind of goes against everything that we do. That speaks to everything we do as content creators, as our shows, how we run our shows, why we're here, and it's not. He didn't. he didn't say directly fuck Sarah, fuck Flo, but he's basically saying fuck what they do. In
Well, he
terms
said
of,
they're a piece of shit, right? That's the thing he agreed with.
well, I don't, yeah, I think it's, yeah, go, yeah.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like I'm not gonna lie, I was not impressed with his explanation either. Not because like it took some of the malice out, right? Like, okay, I feel like it's less malicious now after hearing him. That said, I also feel like whatever he gained, he just lost again in straight like childish nonsense. Like, how the fuck can you not figure out how to just have your own opinion when you're around other people who have opinions? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, and I think that's a weak way to engage for a man. Like I said, if it was me, it would make sense if I was just quiet, right, and didn't speak up because I am a woman. It's not a good look for me to do it, right?
Yeah.
Whereas a man, I would expect him to stand up differently and not be worried about whose lunch table he gets to sit at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like,
And I mean, I know that we've had this conversation before.
you don't give a shit who accepts you at their lunch table or not. You got your own fucking lunch table and you're secure with that. You're like, fuck all your lunch tables, bitches. I don't care. If you don't like what I have to say, then fuck off. Right. Whereas AJ is worried about collecting lunch tables to sit at and he's afraid to lose one.
If you try to please everybody, you'll end up pissing off everybody. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Subscribe.
Yeah. 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 He did say, I'm going to catch hell for this. He knew what he was doing. Who knows? Who knows? If this is stressing him out, maybe he crashed out on purpose, right? People do. I mean, yeah, people self-detonate. I think I've done it once or twice.
Also, I think what I've seen come out of this whole drama thing with the Rob and Andrew and that whole troll session that you guys were, I guess, doing whatever. What I've seen come out of this is everybody's tried to make it about themselves. I mean, even Ryan, and I love Ryan, and I don't think he did this in a negative way, but even he said, like, this was all my fault. I started this, you know.
I caught that.
Yeah. And I'm like, Ryan, it's really not about you, bud. Like, you know, and I find that everybody has come forward to make this about them, even if they weren't there. And nobody's focusing on the idea that there's just three people involved in this situation, specifically speaking, and it's Sarah, Andrew, and Rob, right? And it sucks. I don't want it. I don't want to be in that seat, but everyone else is somehow making it about them or gearing it out like, well, I would have done this if you know, and I like, do you see how I'm a friend to my friends and I would never betray them like this, and I would have talked like Marte to picked up on that.
Marte's
Speakeasy. Yeah, everyone made it about them, or they all had to throw in, well, yeah, I never liked Sarah, right? They're just making it about themselves instead of what the actual piece is. And I think that's what AJ's doing here. He's somehow making it about himself in a weird way. And you know, he's not the only one who's doing that.